Chapter 1200. In Lin Xian's eyes, he felt that Morong Yu and Zhuge Feng were the strongest out of all the participants. Although Lin Xian felt that Wu Yuhan and the others were also very powerful, in the arena, the two figures flashed rapidly, dazzling the eyes of the spectators. F***CK. Lin Xian had seen Wu Yuhan attack many times. However, she was a little different this time. She had the initiative throughout the battle, and her attacks were unimaginably sharp. Lin Xian felt that Wu Yuhan was an assassin in the night, and every move was fatal. Ling Ying was the same, but she might not be as good as Wu Yuhan in this aspect. Morong Yu was constantly suppressed by her attacks, and she was even a little overwhelmed. It was enough to show how terrifying she was. However, Lin Xian still believed that Morong Yu would win because of her attributes. If Wu Yuhan was given any of the time or space attributes, coupled with her current abilities, it would be difficult for Morong Yu to win. However, she did not have any of those attributes. Moreover, if she had the time or space attributes, she would not be as sharp as she was now. This was because she would specialize in time or space attributes, and not her current movement and attacks. The battle lasted for more than 15 minutes. In the end, Wu Yuhan was still defeated. Lin Xian did not know if Wu Yuhan had used all of her strength. She should not have. Normally, no one would use all of their strength in a battle like this. For example, they would use more powerful martial techniques and more unrevealed strength. Morong Yu did not use any of her strength either. However, it did not mean that they were not on the same level. If they were given the same attribute, it would be hard to say. However, wasn't the world like this? The world was unfair. Everyone was born unfairly. The only thing they could do was to make it fair through their own efforts. Some people were born with the time and space attribute, while others were born with the water attribute. Who would dare to say that this was fair? Morong Yu and Wu Yuhan shook hands, and then the two of them walked down the stage. Then, Duan Ling Xiao and Xiao Xinyue walked up. Xiao Xinyue was very helpless. She had encountered a celestial venerable. Although Xiao Xinyue was powerful, the celestial venerable she had encountered was not a second-rate celestial venerable. He was a top genius. Therefore, she believed that she had already lost. However, she would not give up such an opportunity to compete. So you still have time. Morong Yu sat beside Lin Xian and said. So? Lin Xian asked with a smile. That's why you still held back during our competition. Lin Xian shrugged. Don't tell me you didn't keep it. Morong Yu. Well, then she stopped talking. Looks like we haven't communicated thoroughly enough. Why don't we? Lin Xian said with a smile. Morong Yu didn't say anything as she watched the competition. Xiao Xinyue had indeed lost, but there was nothing she could do about it. If they were all in the heavenly venerable realm, then her chances of winning were still very high. However, with the heavenly venerable realm here, what could she do? In the end, the top 5 were Lin Xian, Morong Yu, Duan Ling Xiao, Zhuge Feng, and Han Chuxue. Lin Xian, Morong Yu, Duan Ling Xiao, Zhuge Feng, and Han Chuxue are the top 5. The finals will be held tomorrow. Today, you will have time to rest and recuperate. Tomorrow, I hope that you will be in your best state for the competition. Tomorrow's competition will not be held on the stage. It will be held in a completely new and unknown place. It may not only test your combat strength. You will know the specifics tomorrow, so let's disperse for now. This was quite interesting. It was not only a test of combat strength. Lin Xian might feel that his chances of winning were a little higher because Lin Xian still felt that he was very sneaky. Then, they went back together. Do your best tomorrow, Ling Ying said to Lin Xian. Let's see who I hit. What if I hit little Chuxue? Lin Xian grinned and looked at Han Chuxue. I will do my best. Han Chuxue said. Forget it, forget it. Let's not think about this. Let's play tonight. Lin Xian said with a smile. Ling Ying rolled his eyes. Play. Continue to let her touch Xiao Xinyue? Xiao Xinyue was very uncomfortable. That place still hurt. Bastard Lin Xian. Bastard. I'm not playing, Xiao Xingyue said with extreme displeasure. Lin Xian glanced at Xiao Xingyue. Oh, what's wrong with this girl? The competition is tomorrow. Shouldn't we relax tonight? Lin Xian said. Shouldn't we prepare properly? Morong Yu said. Then tell me, what do we need to prepare? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Right, what do we need to prepare? Opponent information? We can't use spirit artifacts. What can we do? That seems to make sense. Let's play, let's play. Lan Xingxing said enthusiastically. She ran to Morong Yu's side and pulled on Morong Yu's hand. Then, she ran to Ling Ying's side. Everyone ran one round and encouraged them to play. As long as they played together, Lin Xian would definitely make delicious food. Lin Xian was actually thinking about going to Xiao Runing's place tonight. It didn't matter if they played or not. If they didn't play, then they would go to Xiao Runing's place. After playing, they could get together and cultivate their relationship. After the competition tomorrow, they would go and see Xiao Sheshe. How about barbecue? The weather is still cold. Barbecue should be quite cool. Ling Ying suggested. Okay. Barbecue was something that everyone liked to do. They could roast all kinds of meat and vegetables while drinking wine and enjoying the night scenery. It seemed very comfortable. Then let's go to the peak. The scenery is good. Morong Yu said. Okay. At night, they had a barbecue early. The few of them chatted happily. Lin Xian was a man of few words. He quietly listened to their conversation. It was only 9 o'clock when they finished eating. Then, everyone left. Oh ho, let's go and find Xiao Ningning. He finished eating with everyone so early. It was just the right time to find Xiao Runing. Xiao Runing was currently playing games with Lin Ye and the others in her dormitory. Whoosh, Lin Xian's figure appeared directly beside her. Xiao Runing glanced at him. Why are you? Halfway through her sentence, she quickly shut her mouth. Miss Xiao, what did you say? Lu Yufan's voice came. No, nothing. Xiao Runing hurriedly said. If she told them that Lin Xian was at her house in the middle of the night, it would be difficult to explain. Then, Xiao Runing hurriedly finished the game, turned off the voice chat, and went offline. What are you doing? She looked at Lin Xian and rolled her eyes. Hee, what do you think I'm doing? Lin Xian grinned and leaned over. Then, his big hands started to move. I'm warning you, don't be too presumptuous. Xiao Runing said. How is that considered presumptuous? We haven't seen each other in so long, and we haven't been intimate. Kiss. Lin Xian truly felt that he was becoming more and more of a jerk. It didn't matter. After all, they were all his women. Chapter 1201. That night, Lin Xian tormented Xiao Runing to no end. Originally, Xiao Runing subconsciously tried to resist, but she couldn't resist at all. This Lin Xian was simply a bastard. The next morning, Lin Xian yawned and opened his eyes. Then, he subconsciously groped around, but didn't find Xiao Runing. Lin Xian then stretched and walked out. Xiao Runing was in the kitchen making breakfast for Lin Xian. Perhaps sometimes they did this and that, but to be honest, they really cared about Lin Xian. If not, who would wake up early to make breakfast for him? Lin Xian leaned against the kitchen wall and looked at Xiao Runing. What are you looking at? Xiao Runing glared at Lin Xian. I'm looking at how pretty you are. Lin Xian laughed. Forget it. You can say that to other girls. I won't fall for it. Xiao Runing rolled her eyes. But you've already fallen for it. Lin Xian said with a smile. Go. Hurry up and finish your breakfast and prepare for today's battle. No matter who you face today, they're all very strong. The academy said that there will be changes to the rules today. I don't know either. Just do your best. Xiao Runing passed the breakfast to Lin Xian. Then I guess the map will be changed. Lin Xian. Yes, Definitely. I just don't know what kind of situation we'll be in. Hurry up and leave after eating. Wow. You're so cruel. You weren't like this last night when you wanted it. Xiao Runing took a bite of the breakfast and said, "You're just a tool." Lin Xian, F***CK. After the meal, everyone gathered in the arena one after another. At this moment, there were several special instruments placed in the arena. Oh ho, what does that mean? Lin Xian moved closer to Morongyu from the military class. Sigh, it couldn't be helped. They were seated according to class. If Lin Xian didn't sit beside Morongyu, where else could he sit? Other people couldn't sit beside her even if they wanted to. Simulation pod, you should have used it before. Morongyu said. Are we going to compete like this? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. It's alright. Although the simulation pod is illusory, everything is not much different from reality. Moreover, I can fight at will. Even if I kill the opponent, it won't cause any damage. Morongyu said. But there's no pain. That's quite different from a real martial arts competition. You just need to modify the data a little. The damage stimulates the brain, and you just need to feel pain. Morongyu said. That's interesting. Lin Xian looked on with interest. Basically, everyone had gathered here. Luo Xiu once again walked towards the arena. Then, he coughed and said, because, for the next competition, in fact, yesterday's top 20 competition should have used this method. But it doesn't matter. Next, I'm going to talk about the rules of the competition. As everyone can see, this is the battle simulation cabin. Next, we will connect the two battle simulation cabins and set up a map. The consciousness of the two participants will enter the map. Although you will only be consciousness inside, you will be exactly the same as reality except that you are not real people. We have even modified the sense of pain. Although your consciousness will enter, if you are injured, your cerebral cortex will be stimulated and you will feel pain. Luo Xiu paused and continued. After entering the random map, the two of you will start fighting. You can use all your martial skills and attribute powers. There are also spirit weapons, and the grade is the same. They are all illusions. The release of martial skills is also a visual impact, but the effect is exactly the same as the power used on the body. This is also to ensure your safety and to let you truly fight. Sure enough, it was as they had guessed. Your goal is no longer to defeat the other party, but to kill the other party through the battle simulation. Fight with all your strength and don't hold back. You don't have to worry about getting injured or dying, because that's just your consciousness. There are many random maps. After entering, the two of you will land in two random locations. Whether it's sneak attacks or hiding, that's a part of your strength. Therefore, this competition is more of a test of your overall strength, and there's a bigger stage. At this time, Xiao Runing asked curiously, then Vice Principal, may I ask if you can't beat them and use the space attribute to escape and circle back and forth, is that okay? Why not? Space is also a part of everyone's strength. As long as you can win, anything is fine. And the opponent can't do anything about space, that's also something that can't be helped, unless he has some method, unless he can instantly kill the opponent. Luo Xiu said. Understood. Lin Xian's eyes lit up. This is interesting. And you can watch their battle through the big screen. Then, let's start the first round. 5 people will be randomly selected, and one of them will be empty. Now, please look at the big screen. The big screen began to scroll. Lin Xian vs. Zhuge Fengmorong Yu vs. Han Chushueduan Lingxiao was empty. Hua, to be honest, this result was very delightful. Duan Lingxiao getting a bye was the best news because he was a heavenly venerable. No one could win against him, so it would be boring. The best thing was for Duan Lingxiao to have a final battle with the last person. Before that, it would be best for him to get a bye in the next round. That way, there would be more to watch. Next, let's invite Zhuge Feng and Lin Xian to the battle arena. Let's go. Morongyu said, Zhuge Feng is proficient in all kinds of strange techniques. When you fight with him, you have to imagine that he's a full attribute warrior. I know. This was indeed the scary part about Zhuge Feng. His attributes were limited, but his strange techniques and all kinds of formations were basically all attributes. Although those formations might not be as perverse as true attributes, when combined with his personal strength, it was no wonder that Qi Tianqing lost to him. Lin Xian saw the battle between Zhuge Feng and Qi Tianqing. Zhuge Feng's personal strength might not be as good as Qi Tianqing's, but Qi Tianqing was simply tortured by Zhuge Feng's flexible use of formations and various other abilities. Lin Xian admired Zhuge Feng, so much so that he wanted him to join their storm squad. This time, he would let him have a good fight with Zhuge Feng. Zhuge Feng and Lin Xian stood together, then shook hands with Lin Xian. "Young Master Lin, we can finally have a good fight." Zhuge Feng smiled. Lin Xian smiled and said, "What's wrong? Are you envious of the beautiful girls beside me and want to beat me up?" "Ha ha ha, that's right. Let's see who's the real deal." The two then lay down in the simulation pod, connected the data, and a screen appeared. The two of them landed on a snowy map, both of them holding the same system-assigned sword. They were about 1 kilometer away from each other. The map wasn't too big. There were 2 snowy peaks that were a few hundred meters tall, a few small snow hills that were a few dozen meters tall, and the rest of the map was undulating. It was quite easy to find a person on a map like this. Lin Xian looked around, then jumped into the snow. He even wriggled a few times, completely hiding himself in the snow. Everyone? Others didn't know if he could beat Zhuge Feng, but he was really hiding. Chapter 1202. In everyone's eyes, it was too exaggerated. Wow! No matter what, this Lin Xian was still an expert. He had mastered time and space. Did he have to be so *king obscene? Although this did not violate the rules of the competition, the Academy allowed you to be on such a map to allow the students to be flexible. In addition to relying on their own strength, they also had to use everything around them. This was because this was the most realistic battle, so Lin Xian was fine, but it was too wretched. It was really too wretched. As expected, that B*TCH is still that B*TCH. Ling Ying and the others shook their heads helplessly when they saw this scene. As a top-notch martial artist and a domain realm existence, it would be fine even if they were buried in the snow for a few days. Otherwise, how different would they be from ordinary people? Lin Xian hid there and used his divine sense to sense everything around him. Because it was snowing heavily now, the surface of the snow would soon recover, so Lin Xian chose to do this. If it was not snowing heavily, Lin Xian would be courting death if he still did this. Zhuge Feng was not so wretched. He held a transmogrified spiritual weapon and walked in the snow, looking for Lin Xian. He had a feeling that this Lin Xian would not act according to common sense, but he really did not know what this Lin Xian would do. Whoosh! In the next moment, he climbed up the highest mountain on the map and scanned the surroundings. Strange, where is he? With his powerful eyesight, he could see anything below him that was different in color from the snow. However, he did not see anything. The only thing he could not see was the back slopes of the other mountains. A normal person in his current situation would naturally guess that he was on one of the other slopes, and his position was very likely exposed. Zhuge Feng smiled, then quickly formed a seal with both hands. Along the way, he quietly set up formations and looked for Lin Xian. This Zhuge Feng secretly set up a formation. This Lin Xian is going to be in trouble. This Lin Xian thinks that he is smart. He thinks that he can ambush Zhuge Feng. However, this map is not small. Zhuge Feng may not pass by Lin Xian. Coincidentally, Lin Xian's cleverness allows Zhuge Feng to set up countless formations. When the time comes, as long as this Lin Xian's ambush fails, he will definitely lose. Zhuge Feng's various formations were too strong. Perhaps a single formation wouldn't be of much use, but if he were to use them consecutively, with all kinds of formations added to his own strength, it would simply overwhelm the opponent. He relied on this to defeat Qi Tianqing. The power of his formations was unanimously acknowledged by everyone. Now that Lin Xian didn't take the initiative to attack him, giving him too much time to set up formations in secret. If they were to fight, how could he fight? Strange, what is this Lin Xian trying to do? As time passed, Zhuge Feng became more and more fearful of Yi Futian. What was Lin Xian doing? Everyone couldn't see him, but they knew where he was. Was Lin Xian trying to ambush him? Maybe everyone thought so, but that wasn't the case. It would be better if he could ambush him. Lin Xian had already used the law of creation to increase his strength when he was lying down. The increase wasn't much because Lin Xian focused more on increasing the duration of the formation. However, every time he recovered his spiritual energy, he would increase it by a little. He continued to increase it, and increase it. He was getting stronger and stronger. It lasted for a long time. About an hour later. The people below were about to collapse. What the F***ck are you trying to do? Lin Xian wanted to teach this Zhuge Feng a lesson. Although it was quite interesting to compete with him, Lin Xian thought that there would be plenty of opportunities in the future. If he fought with him normally, Lin Xian believed that he would have to use his full strength. At that time, everything would be exposed, let alone fighting with Duan Lingxiao. That's right, since he was going to fight, he would take first place. Lin Xian wanted to leave everything to Duan Lingxiao. Zhuge Feng had already set up dozens of formations and was waiting for Lin Xian to come out. Lin Xian, are you still not coming out? Zhuge Feng shouted. He knew that he had already been exposed to Lin Xian. Lin Xian was in the dark while he was in the light. Now they could fight. Lin Xian heard the voice not far away from him. The corner of his mouth curled up slightly. Law of creation. Lin Xian continued to increase his spiritual energy. Then, he instantly released almost all of his spiritual energy. The law of creation once again increased his strength. His current strength was probably at the level of a heavenly venerable. Whoosh! In the next instant, Lin Xian appeared behind Zhuge Feng. Zhuge Feng's expression changed and he stomped his foot. You're finally here. Zhuge Feng then burst out with power and slashed behind him. Boom, whoosh, everyone. Lin Xian killed Zhuge Feng instantly with unimaginable power. Everyone was stunned. They waited for an hour and it was over in one move? What the F***ck? What's going on? It's over just like that? Why? Why is Lin Xian so strong? I feel that the power of that attack should be at the level of a heavenly venerable, right? Otherwise, how could he kill Zhuge Feng in an instant? I think Zhuge Feng is stunned. No. How can this Lin Xian be at the level of a heavenly venerable? Everyone looked at him in confusion. Morong Yu, who was the only one who knew about Lin Xian's law of creation, also came to a realization. Lin Xian had once again exceeded her expectations. She also thought that Lin Xian was a dog hiding there and preparing to launch a sneak attack. In fact, he was constantly using the law of creation to buff himself, increase the duration of the buff, and increase the recovery of his spiritual power. So that's what he was planning. Genius. She still didn't know him well enough. In the simulation pod, the two opened their eyes and walked out. Zhuge Feng was indeed stunned. During that hour, he thought of many possibilities, but he really didn't think of this. Otherwise, his first reaction would be to distance himself from Lin Xian instead of fighting him head-on. He didn't expect to be killed by Lin Xian in one move. Young Master Lin, you're not being kind. I prepared the array for an hour. Zhuge Feng looked at Lin Xian helplessly. Lin Xian smiled and said, although the process didn't feel very interesting, but, Zhuge Feng said, but you've taught me a lesson. Sure enough, I can't use common sense to fight with you. But don't worry, if there's a next time, I won't let you get away with it. Maybe next time, I'll come up with something even more sinister. Ha ha ha, then I can learn a lot from you. This is all experience. But why is your power so high? This was what Zhuge Feng was most confused about. This is a secret. Then, the two walked down. Lin Xian wins. Now, Morong Yu and Han Chuxue, please enter the simulation pod for the battle. Chapter 1203. Lin Xian's victory left the academy and the three major forces dumbfounded. They had never thought of this. Lin Xian had already surprised them time and time again. Duan Ling Xiao frowned slightly. The power of a heavenly venerable? If that power was not at the heavenly venerable realm, it was impossible to defeat Zhuge Feng. Normally, Zhuge Feng would not be defeated so easily. He had no chance to show his advantage in the battle with Lin Xian. In fact, he had been careless. He had been very careful because Zhuge Feng thought highly of Lin Xian, but he had still been careless. Duan Ling Xiao shook his head. Not at the heavenly venerable realm. If Lin Xian was at the heavenly venerable realm, he would not have dodged at all. He would have just rushed over and done with it. What was the reason? The law of creation was something that no one would think of. Knowing it was one thing, but the second thing was that it was really a legendary existence. In Duan Ling Xiao's opinion, his final opponent would either be Lin Xian or Morong Yu. Although Han Chuxue was strong, her attributes were there. Morong Yu had time and space, and at the same time, she also had ice. It was basically impossible for Han Chuxue to win against her. If he fought against Lin Xian, at least he knew that he could not let Lin Xian stall for time. He did not know why, but as long as he stalled for time, Duan Ling Xiao felt that when the time came, Lin Xian would fight him with the power of a heavenly venerable. Lin Xian had time and space. If he could erupt with the power of a heavenly venerable, Duan Ling Xiao might not be his opponent. In the past, he did not take Lin Xian seriously, but now he had to. If he, a heavenly venerable, lost to Lin Xian, he would really be a joke. This was absolutely not allowed. Hey, what's going on? Xiao Runing asked Lin Xian in confusion. I'm not telling you. SK, who cares? Xiao Runing rolled her eyes. This Lin Xian was becoming more and more mysterious. Morong Yu and Han Chuxue's battle was not too flashy, and the result was not too suspenseful. Han Chuxue lost. Morong Yu's realm was 2 stars lower than Han Chuxue's, so she was completely suppressed by Han Chuxue at the beginning of the battle. If the battle continued like this, then Morong Yu would lose. However, when Morong Yu released her other attributes, the situation was reversed. Attributes were a part of one's strength. If their realms were the same, Morong Yu might not choose to use her other attributes. However, her realms were suppressed, so she had no choice but to use them. Next, Duan Ling Xiao, Morong Yu, and Lin Xian will proceed to the final battle. One of the three will be randomly selected to advance to the final battle. The winner of the other two will participate in the final battle. Now, the big screen is rolling. No matter who it was, in everyone's eyes, Duan Ling Xiao had already taken one of the 2 spots. As for the other one, it was hard to say. After all, Lin Xian was not weak. As for the first place, it should be Duan Ling Xiao. Although they both had space and time, Duan Ling Xiao's realm was suppressed. Heavenly venerables and domains were different. Morong Yu's spot was empty. Next was the battle between Lin Xian and Duan Ling Xiao. For some reason, Duan Ling Xiao did not want to fight with Lin Xian. He had a very absurd feeling of worry. He was actually worried that Lin Xian would defeat him. This was ridiculous. The only person in the entire academy who had a chance of defeating him was Morong Yu. However, Morong Yu was still at the 8 stars domain realm. He was already a heavenly venerable, so it was impossible for Morong Yu to defeat him. Lin Xian and Duan Ling Xiao walked up. I look forward to fighting with you, Duan Ling Xiao said. Lin Xian shrugged. Go easy on me. Duan Ling Xiao did not say anything because he did not dare to go easy on Lin Xian. He was afraid that if he did, he would lose. Then, the 2 of them lay down in the simulation pod. At this moment, the most mysterious dean of the academy walked out. Dean. The instructors bowed one after another. Basically, these students had not seen the dean for the past 6 months. He was too mysterious and did not come out at all. Even if there was a big matter, the vice dean, Luo Xiao, would preside over it. He still did not attend, but this time, he came out. The dean of the martial arts academy nodded. Then, he sat there and looked at the big screen. Naturally, he was very curious about the battle between them. In the end, they fought until here. In his expectations, Murong Yu and Lin Xian would take 2 spots. The rest would depend on the situation. The battle between Lin Xian and Duan Ling Xiao was still very interesting. Dean, who do you think will win this battle? Luo Xiu asked respectfully. The dean of the martial arts academy shook his head. It's hard to say. If the gap between their realms is smaller, then Lin Xian will definitely win. Hiss. Hearing the dean of the martial arts academy's words, they were all shocked. This Duan Ling Xiao was not a simple person. Yet, the dean said this with such certainty. How much confidence did he have in Lin Xian? It's a pity that this Lin Xian is only at the 6-star domain realm while Duan Ling Xiao is at the 1-star heavenly venerable realm. The gap between them is too big. With this gap, the effects of time and space are almost negligible. It is also difficult for strength to cause any harm. Although the strength displayed by Lin Xian and Zhu Gefeng was very strong, it is probably the effect of an hour of accumulation of power. As long as Duan Ling Xiao does not give Lin Xian a chance, then Lin Xian will have no chance at all. Luo Xiu sighed and said, Yes, the gap was too big. It's hard to say. The dean of the martial arts academy looked at the big screen with a hint of wisdom in his cloudy eyes. Hard to say. This battle was already a foregone conclusion in the eyes of a normal martial artist. However, the dean of the martial arts academy actually said it was hard to say. What kind of existence was he? It was unimaginable. This kind of powerhouse could see things more clearly. Could this Lin Xian be able to surpass the 5-star domain realm and defeat Duan Ling Xiao at the same time? No matter how he thought about it, it was impossible. With a flash of light, Lin Xian and Duan Ling Xiao appeared on the surface of the sea. Yes. They did not see wrongly. They appeared on the surface of the sea. This map might not be big. The sea seemed endless, but there was definitely a boundary. They could stand on the surface of the sea with their spiritual power. As for Duan Ling Xiao, who was at the heavenly venerable realm, he could fly in the air. Therefore, this map might be disadvantageous to Lin Xian in this battle. F*CK, the surface of the sea. Lin Xian looked at the map of the sea and did not feel too good. He thought that if he was in a rainforest or similar map, he would continue to hide for 1 or 2 hours and wait until his strength had at least reached a sufficient level before coming out to fight. However, this sea was right in front of him. How could he hide? Should he just bite the bullet and fight? Duan Ling Xiao landed on the surface of the sea and then leaped into the air to look for Lin Xian. He immediately saw Lin Xian. Chapter 1204. Lin Xian also saw Duan Ling Xiao flying into the air. In fact, if he had to hide, Lin Xian might be able to hide in the sea, but don't forget that Duan Ling Xiao had the thunder attribute. If he released the thunder attribute with the power of a heavenly venerable, Lin Xian would be electrocuted to death in the water. Shua, Duan Ling Xiao sneered when he saw Lin Xian and swung the sword in his hand. There was nowhere to hide on the surface of the sea. His only way was to meet Duan Ling Xiao head-on. Duan Ling Xiao was a heavenly venerable, so there was no way Duan Ling Xiao could beat him. As long as Duan Ling Xiao didn't have time to release that mysterious ability that could make him stronger, he would lose without a doubt. Lin Xian, then I won't be polite. Thunder Shock Slash. For martial artists like them, having a spirit weapon or not made a big difference. Lin Xian might not rely too much on spirit weapons, but Duan Ling Xiao was extremely reliant on them. Most of his combat power relied on swords. Now that he had a sword in hand, he was definitely another Duan Ling Xiao. He swung the sword in his hand at Lin Xian, and the thunder in the sky turned into a thunder dragon that rushed toward Lin Xian. Lin Xian was secretly speechless. This F*King Heavenly Venerable was still strong. The only good news was that Duan Ling Xiao had just advanced to the 1-star Heavenly Venerable realm, so some things were not particularly stable. He was only 1 realm higher. Shua, purple lightning flashed around Lin Xian. The purple lightning crushed the blue lightning in terms of purity and power. To a certain extent, it could make up for the gap. Strength exchange, thunder shock transformation. Shwa, the purple lightning and blue lightning collided, and in an instant, the sea became turbulent. Boom, the remaining power bombarded Lin Xian. Lin Xian released the space attribute and dodged instantly. Waves more than 10 meters high were blasted into the sea. There was nothing he could do about it. Just by exchanging attributes to double his strength and adding the purple lightning, there was still a gap between him and a heavenly venerable. However, Lin Xian felt that if he used the law of creation to increase his strength, the gap would not be too big. However, his spiritual power consumption would be particularly large. The corners of Duanling Zhao's lips curled up slightly when he saw this. It seemed like that was all he had. Sure enough, as long as he was not given time, he would not be that strong. In that case, there was nothing for him to fear. Take this. Whoosh. Duanling Zhao charged towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian was too lazy to use spatial seal or time stop because he knew that this kind of power was useless against him. Speed exchange, defense exchange. With the amplification of several great powers, Lin Xian and his two silhouettes flickered unceasingly on the surface of the sea. Lightning and thunder intersected, and their speed was unimaginable. In everyone's eyes, they were all experts. However, Lin Xian was forced to retreat again and again. After all, the difference in strength was too great. That's it? If that's the case, then Lin Xian will definitely lose. What? Do you still think that he can win? No matter what kind of power he uses, he won't be able to win. Time and space are indeed powerful, but when faced with an existence of such a level and with such a huge gap in cultivation level, the effect is next to nothing. This Lin Xian is also very smart. He didn't use any time or space power on him. At most, he used it on himself because he knows that using it on Duanling Zhao is a complete waste of spiritual power. If you have no other ability, then you can admit defeat. Duanling Zhao looked at Lin Xian in front of him, and lightning surged. You can't hit me during that time, Lin Xian said. Your realm is lower than mine, and the spiritual power consumed by spatial jump is not small. If you blindly use spatial jump to dodge, your spiritual power will be consumed faster than mine. Because I'm in the heavenly venerable realm, Duanling Zhao said. Let's try. Humph. Let's try then. Duanling Zhao snorted coldly. Thunder Heaven Annihilation. Following that, he raised his sword to the sky, and thunder clouds rolled in the void, even causing a phenomenon of heaven and earth. God rank martial skill? Lin Xian sensed for a moment. This was definitely AF * King God rank martial skill. Otherwise, it would be impossible to cause such a phenomenon of heaven and earth. This young master will bombard this entire domain. Let's see how you can dodge it. Duanling Zhao shouted angrily. The people outside saw the rolling thunder above the void on the screen. The thunder spread, and the entire sky was flashing with lightning. This martial skill was simply dumbfounding. It was impossible to dodge underwater. Perhaps hiding underwater could prevent him from being hit directly, but water was conductive. This God-rank martial skill's thunder would still hit him. Then let's try it. Lin Xian's eyes narrowed, and the aura on his body surged. What? This Lin Xian can't be thinking of competing with Duanling Zhao in strength, right? When everyone saw this scene, they were all stunned. This Lin Xian has 10,000 ways to defeat Lin Xian. If it wasn't for Lin Xian's space constantly dodging, Duanling Zhao would have been defeated long ago. Now, Duanling Zhao doesn't want to waste time with Lin Xian. This God-rank martial skill directly enveloped an area of 10,000 meters and descended from the sky. Lin Xian can't dodge with his space, and he can't go underwater either. He can only brace himself and fight. As expected, a heavenly venerable is still strong. This God-rank martial skill is simply shocking. Lin Xian exchanged his attributes. God-rank martial skill, Thunder Heaven Prison. Lin Xian's eyes glowed purple, and the thunder on his body surged. Arg! In the next instant, the purple thunder spread around Lin Xian and instantly filled the air. Although the visual impact wasn't as exaggerated as when released by the heavenly venerable Duan Ling Xiao, it was still very strong. This God-rank 2-star martial skill was given to Lin Xian by Morong Yu. When she went to the Divine Realm, she took the opportunity to ask for it from the Sacred Palace and later gave it to Lin Xian. There, Lin Xian also learned this God-rank martial skill. As a God-rank martial skill, its power was needless to say. Duan Ling Xiao took a look. This Lin Xian actually dared to release a God-rank martial skill to fight with him? Although he spread out the God-rank martial skill and the large area caused the attack power to be much smaller, he was still a heavenly venerable. However, he still felt uneasy, so he released his soaring thunder law again. His power doubled. Boom! Countless thunder pythons rushed toward Lin Xian from all directions, and heaven and earth lost their color. Creation law. Lin Xian was naturally not a match for a normal God-rank martial skill, but he had the creation law. Boom! Everyone couldn't see the situation on the screen clearly. But the collision of two great God-rank martial skills, one released by a heavenly venerable and the other released by a domain realm, was a completely different concept. He would definitely die if he went all out. He couldn't run or block it. In an instant, Lin Xian's God-rank martial skill was swallowed up, as simple as an elephant trampling an ant to death. Duan Ling Xiao smiled, but gradually, his smile became fainter and fainter because he felt that something was wrong. It's over. A voice suddenly came from beside him, and at the same time, a black hole appeared behind him. Bang, everyone! Chapter 1205. What happened next might shatter everyone's worldview. Lin Xian suddenly appeared in front of Duan Ling Xiao. This was nothing because Lin Xian was of the spatial attribute, but Duan Ling Xiao's divine rank martial skill was bombarding indiscriminately, and the divine rank martial skill released by Lin Xian was instantly devoured. It was enough to show how terrifying a divine rank martial skill released by an Empyrean was. And now, Lin Xian was either dead or needed to release an even more powerful force to resist the destruction of this divine rank martial skill. But he didn't. No one knew if he couldn't release it or what, but his divine rank martial skill was completely devoured in an instant. In everyone's eyes, he should also be devoured along with the divine rank martial skill, but he didn't. What they didn't expect the most was that not only did Lin Xian not defend, but he directly appeared in front of Duan Ling Xiao to attack him. What did he rely on to attack him? This was simply a self-destructive attack, because only by defending could he possibly withstand the power of a deity-tier martial skill. Now, he had abandoned his defense and exposed himself to the deity-tier martial skill to attack Duan Ling Xiao. He was finished. This was everyone's first thought until the black hole appeared behind Duan Ling Xiao, until all the lightning fell on Lin Xian, and until Lin Xian was actually safe and sound. Everyone was in an uproar and caused a huge uproar. Bang! In the next instant, Lin Xian kicked Duan Ling Xiao, who was still in a daze, into the black hole. Everyone was completely dumbfounded. The lightning disappeared, and Lin Xian fell on the sea surface, indicating that he didn't feel good at all. Whoosh! In the next instant, everyone was in an uproar. F***CK? What the hell? What the hell is this? Duan Ling Xiao lost? No, how did he lose? Can't you get out of that black hole after entering? No, this isn't important. What's important is how Lin Xian withstood the attack of the divine rank martial skill. Even the divine rank martial skill he released instantly turned into nothingness. It's impossible for him to withstand the divine rank martial skill. Not to mention him, even a top Earth attribute martial artist or metal attribute martial artist can't withstand it at all. What's going on? How could this Lin Xian's defense be so ridiculous? I'm sure Duan Ling Xiao is dumbfounded as well, because it's completely impossible to accomplish this in a normal martial arts competition. A normal person would absolutely not imagine that someone at the domain realm would actually be fine while facing a divine rank martial skill at the heavenly venerable realm, and even attack him. This was something that no one had expected. That was right. Everyone thought that this match was over and Lin Xian was defeated, but in the end, Lin Xian gave everyone a pleasant surprise. An unexpected pleasant surprise, too exaggerated. Lin Xian stood on the surface of the sea and took a deep breath, the corners of his mouth rising slightly. Why was it like this? Actually, it was very simple. When he released the myriad lightning heavenly prison, he subconsciously wanted to use the law of creation to forcibly increase the power of the myriad lightning heavenly prison and then collide with Duan Lingxiao's divine rank martial skill. However, Lin Xian suddenly realized that it was useless. Even if he blocked it, he didn't have much spiritual power left. If he continued to fight with Duan Lingxiao, everything would be the starting point, and it would be the starting point where he would definitely lose. Therefore, he did the opposite. If I don't F*King increase my attack, can I increase my defense? Therefore, Lin Xian directly exchanged for defense, and at the same time, used the law of creation to create defense. Therefore, he was able to use his own defense to forcibly block the divine rank martial skill released by a heavenly venerable realm martial skill, and then use his remaining spiritual power to release the myriad lightning heavenly prison. There was no other way. This was Lin Xian's only chance. If Wan Xie had been there, he could have used the power of darkness to deal a fatal blow to him. However, there wasn't. Therefore, this was Lin Xian's only chance, and in the end, he won. Duan Lingxiao couldn't react at all because he simply couldn't think of it. No one could have thought of it. Even if Lin Xian was in Duan Lingxiao's shoes, Lin Xian wouldn't have thought of it. Secondly, Lin Xian's spatial speed was too fast. Duan Lingxiao's surprise and Lin Xian's super-fast speed, coupled with Duan Lingxiao's lack of spatial attributes, led to his defeat. Under normal circumstances, Lin Xian wouldn't have been able to win. The gap between them was too big. Moreover, he didn't use his domain. In any case, Lin Xian seemed to have defeated his opponent by catching them off guard. There were even a few times when his opponent was clearly very powerful, but he didn't have time to use his law of creation and domain. However, how could this be blamed on Lin Xian? Who asked him not to use his domain? He was just like Xiao Yun. Wasn't he better off using his domain? If he had used his domain, would he, Lin Xian, still have a chance to win? Then, Lin Xian quickly disappeared on the spot. It was too painful, too painful. He had to quickly leave this simulated map. In reality, they opened their eyes. Duan Lingxiao had opened his eyes a long time ago. He had been lying there, unable to accept this fact. He didn't dare to sit up and look at everyone's disbelieving eyes. He felt that this was the biggest grievance he had ever suffered in his life. How could he lose? Why did he lose? If he was given another chance, it definitely wouldn't be like this. He definitely wouldn't be careless, but at least he didn't have that chance now. Dean, what's going on? Luo Xiu asked the dean beside him in shock. How could a domain realm martial artist withstand the power of a heavenly venerable realm martial artist's divine level martial skill and be fine? This was indeed beyond the knowledge of this group of old fellows. The dean of the Martial Arts Academy was thinking. He was thinking of all possibilities. If it was a very, very heaven-defying defensive martial skill, a divine-level martial skill might be able to do it. Lin Xian sat up, and Duan Lingxiao also sat up. Then, the two of them walked out. Duan Lingxiao tried his best to appear magnanimous, even though he was feeling extremely uncomfortable right now. Then, Duan Lingxiao walked towards Lin Xian and stretched out his hand towards Lin Xian. The power you displayed at the end was something I didn't expect. Although I still have many things I didn't remember to use, a loss is a loss. Duan Lingxiao's words let everyone know that he hadn't used his full strength. His loss wasn't considered a loss. However, I really want to know how you were able to use your domain realm strength to block my heavenly venerable realm divine level martial skill in the end. In my knowledge, this is impossible. If you blocked other powers of a heavenly venerable realm martial artist, it would be reasonable. However, you blocked a divine level martial skill. This divine level martial skill can even cause a domain realm martial artist to heavily injure a heavenly venerable realm martial artist. Yet, when I, a heavenly venerable realm martial artist, released it, you, a domain realm martial artist, remained unharmed. I really want to know why. This was also the point that everyone else couldn't understand. That's right, Duan Lingxiao was right. A divine-level martial skill was the power of a domain realm martial artist that could surpass realms to defeat a heavenly venerable realm martial artist. Yet, when a heavenly venerable realm martial artist released this power, he still couldn't defeat a domain realm martial artist. Wah! Who the F***ck could they find to reason with? Chapter 1206. Lin Xian smiled. It's just a defensive martial skill. Ha ha ha, it's just a defensive martial skill. Young Master Lin, you're too humble. Such a defensive martial skill has to be at least at the divine rank, right? I've never seen a divine rank defensive martial skill before. Duan Lingxiao said. That's right. Defensive martial skills were indeed rare because they were just like movement techniques. They were very difficult to create. Lin Xian shrugged. However, I didn't lose unjustly. Although I didn't expect a divine rank defensive martial skill, a loss is a loss. If there's a chance in the future, I'll teach you a lesson. Duan Lingxiao said casually. He tried his best to appear calm, frank, and unconcerned in front of everyone so that others would think that he could afford to lose. In fact, he was feeling very uncomfortable, extremely resentful. He was a proud son of heaven, a heavenly venerable. In everyone's eyes, he was the top. He had already decided to take first place in this martial arts competition. However, he lost. Losing was not important. What was important was that he lost to Lin Xian, who was still at the domain realm. Although he knew that in the eyes of most people, he had lost unjustly and did not seem to have fought seriously. If he had fought seriously, Lin Xian would have been killed in an instant. However, he had still lost. Hua! In the next instant, crazy screams and applause sounded in the arena again. Not bad. Let's not talk about how he won first. It's amazing that he won, regardless of the reason. The people from the three major forces nodded in satisfaction. However, they more or less knew who this Lin Xian was because the three major forces had invited Lin Xian before. Although they wanted to invite Lin Xian, they could only think about it. However, they could give it a try when the time came. There would be no divine physique in the battle there. Lin Xian, do you want to fight now? How's your condition? Luo Xiu asked Lin Xian. Lin Xian nodded. No problem. Good. Then, Luo Xiu looked at Morongyu and said, You two get ready to fight. Morongyu walked towards the stage under everyone's gaze. If the previous Lin Xian in everyone's eyes was a fake, then no one could say that he wasn't strong now. If he could defeat an Empyrean, then no matter what kind of power he used, he had defeated an Empyrean. He was strong. Morongyu and Lin Xian had fought countless times. To be honest, it didn't matter if they fought or not. However, Morongyu's fighting spirit had been aroused by Lin Xian. Seeing that Lin Xian could even defeat a Sky Venerable, she especially wanted to compare notes with Lin Xian. However, it was also very awkward. They might have some things that they needed to hide, so they couldn't use their full strength in this battle. It would be completely meaningless if they fought. Thus, Morongyu didn't really want to fight. She might as well find a chance to fight seriously with Lin Xian somewhere without any outsiders. She could use all her strength, her law of destruction, her 1,000 sealing ice pupils, and so on. That would be awesome. Then, the two of them looked at each other and lay down in the simulation pod. With a flash of light, the two of them arrived at a new map. This map, a snowy ground. That's right, they were in a snowy ground again. Seeing this snowy ground, everyone thought of the previous battle between Lin Xian and Zhuge Feng. Could it be? Whoosh! Lin Xian jumped and dove into the snow again. Everyone, wow! This Lin Xian is too much of a dog. Why do I want to King beat him up? No, he's obviously strong, so why does he have to be like a dog? But to be honest, Morongyu is very strong. Lin Xian's previous victories were all due to the element of surprise, and Morongyu watched all the battles. She shouldn't be weaker than Lin Xian, and the two of them have time and space. To Lin Xian, winning or losing this battle didn't matter. Morongyu was one of his own, and they had fought too many times. If they fought like this, Lin Xian felt that he wouldn't be able to beat her. If he really couldn't beat her, then he didn't need to say anything. He didn't even need to use his martial arts skills. If they were to compete purely in terms of combat ability, Lin Xian wouldn't be able to beat her. This woman was a monster. She was really a monster. And the only time Lin Xian was sure that he would win every battle was when they had sex. That would definitely be when Morong Yu begged for mercy. This was for sure. She would beg for mercy every time they had sex. This Morong Yu was really weak when it came to sex. For example, other girls would be able to last for about half an hour, and even longer when they were done. For example, Morong Yu, she would have to beg for mercy after 15 minutes. Lin Xian really didn't understand. This might be a problem with her physique. Then, Lin Xian would feel very uncomfortable every time. It was the kind where he would have to stop halfway and rest. When Morong Yu was done, Lin Xian would start again, and then stop halfway. Thinking of this, Lin Xian felt miserable and tormented. However, it was also because of this that Morong Yu had gradually learned to use his hands and so on. Lin Xian hid there, waiting for Morong Yu to come closer. Anyway, it didn't matter if she succeeded or not, whether she got first or second place, Lin Xian didn't care. He didn't care about his own people. Lin Xian treated this battle as entertainment. This was F*King different from what others had expected. Shouldn't this battle be more exciting than the last? Instead, the final battle turned out to be like this. Dogs hit. Morong Yu had watched every single battle of Lin Xian's, especially this snowy ground. She directly used her spatial attribute to jump to the highest point, and then scanned Lin Xian's position. She didn't see him. This Lin Xian couldn't have burrowed into the ground again, right? Morong Yu was really helpless. What a dog. Why are we still comparing points? Can't you just come out and fight? If you need to lose, you need to win, you need to win. However, Morong Yu's delicate body then exploded with a terrifying power. You don't want to come out, right? Then, she jumped to a flat ground and released her power. The terrifying ice attribute power spread for a few kilometers. In an instant, the surroundings were completely frozen. The snow in the air turned into ice crystals and fell to the ground. The snow under Lin Xian's feet turned into ice as well. Lin Xian's entire being was sealed in ice as the terrifying cold force attacked him. One had to know that this wasn't a simple ice sealing a person. It was a martial skill. Although it didn't directly affect Lin Xian's body, the effect wasn't bad at all. Seeing this scene, everyone couldn't help but laugh. Dogs hit. He was still like this when facing an ice attribute warrior? Bang! Lin Xian broke through the ice and rushed out. Morong Yu saw Lin Xian and then rushed over without hesitation. The two then began to fight. No one knew if it was because of telepathy, but the two of them didn't use any martial skills. They only used their swords to crazily clash, cross, and compete with their sword moves. Everyone was dazzled as they watched their battle. Chapter 12:07. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. That's right, they fought for 20 minutes. In these 20 minutes, everyone was watching seriously. There were no martial arts techniques involved. It was purely a competition of individual ability, reaction time, experience, and swordsmanship. They realized that these two people were very strong. Lin Xian's strength was not only due to his one special ability after another. His individual ability was really enough. At least, many of the geniuses here felt that if they were to compete with him purely in swordsmanship, it would not be easy to win. Sister, let's stop fighting. It hurts. Lin Xian and Morong Yu kept fighting and then said with a sad face. Although this was a battle between consciousnesses, the injuries suffered would still be transmitted to the cerebral cortex, sending a signal to the contestants that their bodies were in pain. Lin Xian and Morong Yu were both injured, so it was really painful. Morong Yu put away her sword. All right. Indeed, it seemed that there was no need to keep fighting. They had fought too many times, and now it really hurt. Then I admit defeat. Morong Yu then said. No. I admit defeat. Lin Xian grinned. It doesn't matter. Then how about rock paper scissors? Lin Xian asked. Okay. Then the two of them played rock paper scissors. Lin Xian won. I admit defeat. Morong Yu then said lightly. Everyone? Wow. This. They had never seen such a sloppy battle in their lives. You guys used rock paper scissors to decide? The school was also very helpless. However, they were very satisfied. Morong Yu's strength was well known. As long as she advanced to the celestial venerable realm, she would be invincible. Lin Xian had also successfully joined Morong Yu, the top echelon of the entire martial arts academy. If he advanced to the celestial venerable realm, it would be a qualitative leap. Two top-notch martial artists who coexisted in time and space. As their realms got higher, their strength would become more and more exaggerated. Then the two of them left. Lin Xian opened his eyes and immediately felt comfortable. He had to admit that the simulation pod was amazing. It was just his consciousness, but it made him feel pain all over his body. It was too real. The vice president of the Martial Arts Academy waved his hand and several badges fell into the hands of Lin Xian, Morong Yu, and the others. This time, the ranking will be carried out directly. The 108 peaks in the inner courtyard will change according to your rankings. Lin Xian is the first peak, Morong Yu is the second peak, and Duan Lingxiao is the third peak. Of course, you can still continue to challenge. The remaining top 179 students will be left behind. You can continue to fight and carry out the ranking of the 108 peaks. Lin Xian and Morong Yu then walked down. Lin Xian's eyes narrowed as he stared at Lin Xian. It wasn't that he couldn't afford to lose, but that he, a heavenly venerable, had lost to a domain realm cultivator. These were two completely different concepts. Most importantly, in everyone's opinion, including Duan Lingxiao, he had already obtained the first place. Yet now, perhaps it was time for him to do something. Lin Xian and Morong Yu sat together and watched the others compete. Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, and the others would continue to compete and carry out the ranking. Xiao Runing glanced at Lin Xian. This kid was getting more and more powerful. She vaguely remembered what he was like not long ago. What level had he reached in this short period of time? What about her? If Xiao Runing was able to properly improve herself, she estimated that she would also be an Empyrean, or perhaps even close to an Empyrean. However, she had spent too much time and energy on teaching. She liked this kind of life, she felt that it was very good, just that. What she was most conflicted about was not her strength, but her relationship with Lin Xian. Although Lin Xian had never made it clear, she wasn't stupid. She knew in her heart that this bastard probably had many women around him. Those girls who surrounded him every day, even Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, and Xiao Runing, all felt that they had already been touched by this bastard's evil claws. However, she clearly knew this in her heart. Why was she unwilling to leave? So annoying. She wasn't Lin Xian's girlfriend. One of his. Why was she willing to have sex with Lin Xian? Wasn't this just sex? Heavens! She, Xiao Runing, actually, Lin Xian. Lan Xingxing ran excitedly to the military class. Then, he happily sat beside Lin Xian. Then, he hugged Lin Xian's arm and swung it back and forth. Lin Xian, you're so amazing. Lan Xingxing smiled foolishly. If you have something to say, say it. Lin Xian rolled his eyes. That. Lin Xian, you've already gotten first place in the Martial Arts Academy. Shouldn't we have a good celebration? Of course, right, big sister Morong? Morong Yu, okay. If you want to eat, just say it. Let's go, I'll go cook. I'll probably be done by the time they're done. Then, Lin Xian called out to Xiao Runing. Miss Xiao, come eat with us later, Lin Xian said. I'm not going. Xiao Runing said unhappily. Su Zhiming secretly clenched his fists. Why was this Lin Xian so outstanding? No. He felt that this Lin Xian was not outstanding at all. However, he was always able to make some unexpected moves. This was the most important thing. Moreover, the girls were always by his side. It was like the protagonist in a novel. He had the protagonist's aura. That's right. This was the feeling. At night, everyone gathered again. It was still Murong Yu and the others' dormitory. Today, Wu Yuhan was that cold girl again. Lin Xian had a headache. Now that all the girls' missions were up, they had been using their male idols to extend their time. It was time to take them down. Who should he take down? Luo Chenxi should be easy. Then, Xiao Xinyue, on Xin, should have a chance at the Golden Melody Awards that were about to begin. Zi Chue was a little difficult. Murong Yu should not have too much trouble either. They lacked an opportunity. Wu Yuhan was a little difficult. As for Lan Xingxing, Lin Xian felt that it should not be too much of a problem to deceive her. However, this girl was naive. Lin Xian was afraid that something would happen if he took her down. That's right. It just so happened that the Golden Melody Awards were about to begin. Lin Xian planned to help An Xin make another push during this short period of time. It was very difficult to win 10 Golden Melody Awards in one go, but Lin Xian felt that it was possible. After dinner in the evening, Lin Xian drove back to Lin and City. As the Martial Arts Academy had nothing to do for the time being, the Martial Arts Academy should have all kinds of extremely difficult missions. Lin Xian was also very much looking forward to it. It was already past 10 o'clock at night when he returned to Lin and City. Lin Xian did not go to Linglong Shue's place. He would do it tomorrow. He wanted to accompany Linya tonight, and, damn it, no. He had to take down this little fairy tonight. When he returned home, the lights in the house were dark. Lin Xian thought that Linya was asleep, but there was no one in the room. She did not answer his calls. He asked Murong Qing and the others, but they did not have any news about Linya. Lin Xian frowned suddenly. He could not help but panic. Chapter 1208. It was impossible for Linya to not answer the phone. Even if she was asleep, she would wake up as soon as the phone rang. But she was not answering the phone, not at home, and not with anyone else. Lin Xian frowned and called Murong Qing again. Did something happen? Murong Qing, of course, guessed something and asked with a frown. My sister is missing. Missing? Lin Xian nodded and sat on the sofa, lighting a cigarette, and asked, Did she go to work today? Yes, she went back with me at 6 o'clock in the evening. After dinner, it should be around 8 o'clock when she got home. Lin Xian looked at the time. It was 10:20, which meant that something must have happened between 8 and 10:20. Lin Xian looked around the house carefully. It was very clean, and there were no signs of damage. There were also no signs of fighting. Could it be that something happened to Linya on the way home? There was no message, which meant that she was instantly controlled. This was normal, she was not strong. But it was a little strange. She had the spatial heavenly jewel that Ling Long Shui gave her. This kind of jewel was very powerful. Even if she was in a dangerous environment, or even in some enchantments, this powerful jewel could directly ignore the enchantments and teleport Linya to Ling Long Shui. This was why Lin Xian was relatively relieved to leave Linya. Now, more than 2 hours had passed and she was not back. Lin Xian also asked Ling Long Shui, but she was not home. Don't worry, I've asked someone to check for you. Linya's route home is very fixed. There are cameras on the road, and there are also cameras in the neighborhood. Coincidentally, there is a camera in your neighborhood that is facing your floor. I'll see if I can find anything. Murong Qing said to Lin Xian. Please. Lin Xian sat on the sofa and smoked. About 5 minutes later, Murong Qing said, You should come to my place to take a look. Okay. Lin Xian released the space attribute and instantly arrived near Murong Qing's Rose Heaven, then quickly went upstairs. In the room, Murong Qing was watching a video on a screen. Look, this is 8:20. The only suspicious person in your building. Lin Xian's eyes were on the screen. Why was it suspicious? It was very simple. There was an elevator card in this neighborhood, and at the same time, there were stairs. However, the door on the other side of the stairs was often closed and could be opened. However, even if people lived on the second floor, they could go up by swiping the elevator card. No one would use the stairs. If they didn't swipe the elevator card, they couldn't use the elevator. The suspicious point was, the figure walked straight into the first floor without any hesitation and walked into the staircase. She did not have an elevator card. She didn't even hesitate to walk into the stairway. Is there a video? Lin asked. No. Zoom in. When Lin Xian saw that woman, he had a nagging feeling that something was wrong. The video zoomed in, and although it was blurry, but Zhao Mengyue. Lin Xian secretly clenched his fists. You know her? I know. Lin Xian lowered his head and lit another cigarette. Although it was blurry, Lin Xian could see that it was her. Then it was easy to explain. She was the one who did it. She represented the Evil Fiend Temple, which meant that the Evil Fiend Temple had attacked Linya. The reason why they attacked Linya was because they wanted to threaten him, Lin Xian. However, Lin Xian could not understand. Why did Linya not come back with the space jewel? Could it be that she had fainted? Yes, that should be the reason. She had not woken up yet. But whether she woke up or not, Lin Xian had to do something. It's the Evil Fiend Temple. Lin Xian said. Evil Fiend Temple? Morong Qing's slender fingers tapped on the table rhythmically. That's difficult. The Evil Fiend Temple has always been a headache for the three great forces. It's not that the Evil Fiend Temple is invulnerable, but that the Evil Fiend Temple hides too perfectly. All these years, we have only dealt with a few members of the Evil Fiend Temple and some small strongholds of the Evil Fiend Temple, but even some small strongholds of the Evil Fiend Temple are very difficult to find. It wasn't that they couldn't beat them. The Evil Fiend Temple could be easily destroyed. No matter how many experts they had, they couldn't compare to the three great forces. Can't you find the stronghold of the Evil Fiend Temple in Lin and City? Lin Xian asked. All these years, the three great forces have spent a lot of effort on the Evil Fiend Temple, but the results are very small. Their forces are very difficult to find. There are no clues in Lin and City either. The most important thing is that the members of the Evil Fiend Temple are given a special poison. When they have the thought of telling others about the secret of the Evil Fiend Temple, the poison will explode, instantly causing their internal organs to stop working. It's also for this reason that even if we find the members of the Evil Fiend Temple, we won't be able to get any information from them. Lin Xian frowned. What can we do? Although he knew that Linya had the spatial heavenly jewel, he was still worried. The most difficult part was that he couldn't find any clues at all. I'll ask the temple to increase the search in Lin and City, but you have to be prepared to return empty-handed. Morong Qing was not stupid. She knew that Linya was of no use to the Evil Fiend Temple. She knew that taking away Linya should be to threaten Lin Xian, and at least for a short period of time, Linya would definitely be fine. All right, then I'll leave it to you. It's fine. Don't be too impulsive. Calm down. Lin Xian nodded his head. I'm very calm. I'll go find someone else to see if there's any way. After Lin Xian finished speaking, he left. Morong Qing also quickly took action, while Lin Xian went to Ling Longshue's place. What's going on? Ling Longshue knew that Linya was missing, so she was naturally very concerned. However, she didn't know anything about the situation. My sister should have been taken away by the people of the Evil Fiend Temple. Lin Xian looked at Xiao Shishir on the sofa, then looked at Ling Longshue and said, Evil Fiend Temple? They naturally knew about the existence of the Evil Fiend Temple. To them, the Evil Fiend Temple was nothing. Can't find it? Lin Xian nodded. The location of the Evil Fiend Temple can't be found. She has the spatial heavenly jewel I gave her, so there might not be any problems. Don't worry. Ling Longshue comforted. Lin Xian nodded. I know, I'm just afraid that something unexpected will happen. Lin Xian sat on the sofa, took out a cigarette, and glanced at Xiao Shishir. Lin Xian silently placed it on the coffee table. Why is it so difficult to find a force? Bing Lingyue asked with a frown. I don't understand either, but it's been like this for many years. The most important thing is that once their members reveal any secrets about the evil fiend temple, they will die, so... Lin Xian sighed. Chapter 1209. On the surface, Lin Xian looked like he was just worried. However, he was far more worried than that. Linya was too special to him. Nothing could happen to her. However, Lin Xian couldn't appear too anxious. Let's wait. Linglong Shui said softly. That's all we can do. Lin Xian leaned back on the sofa. After about 2 hours, Lin Xian stood up. He couldn't wait any longer. He really couldn't wait any longer. In the past 2 hours, they hadn't spoken much to each other. Lin Xian felt like he was sitting on pins and needles. He would rather run outside than sit here. Why? It had been 5 hours. Even if Linya hadn't woken up, the evil fiend temple should have contacted him by now, right? Why hadn't there been any news? Linglong Shui looked at Lin Xian with concern. The concern in her beautiful eyes couldn't be concealed. I'll go out for a walk and see if I can find any clues. I'll go with you, Linglong Shui said. You two go ahead. Little Shi, you err and I will watch over her at home, Bing Lingyue said. Then, Lin Xian and Linglong Shui walked out. Don't worry too much. They're probably trying to threaten you. Your sister will be fine, Linglong Shui said. I know, but I just can't see her. I can't get any news about her. My heart is in a mess. Lin Xian scratched his head. Linglong Shui kept thinking. She was thinking about how she could help Lin Xian find Linya. Then, she realized that even though she had a lot of skills, she couldn't help at this time. Right. Linglong Shui's beautiful eyes suddenly lit up. Lin Xian quickly looked at Linglong Shui. I'll bring you to a place. In the next instant, she grabbed Lin Xian's hand and the two of them disappeared. When they reappeared, Lin Xian didn't know where he had gone. However, he and Linglong Shui were in the void, speeding forward at an extremely fast speed. Where to? Lin Xian hurriedly took out the signal receiver that Miao Xiao Miao had invented. This place was clearly very far away from the human race. With this signal receiver, he would be able to receive signals. He wouldn't have to worry about not being able to receive news when the evil fiend Hall contacted him. Linglong Shui said, Do you still remember the incident with the 4 parchment scrolls? Lin Xian nodded. There were a total of 4 parchment scrolls. Linglong Shui had already obtained 2 of them. Lin Xian had inadvertently obtained the other one at the auction. He heard that she had asked a senior of the Yao clan to help her divine the location of the last one. That senior has a very strong divination technique. Although I don't know if I can succeed if I trouble her again, I still have to give it a try. If she is willing to help, I can easily deduce the location of the evil fiend palace, including your sister's location. Linglong Shui said. Lin Xian's eyes suddenly lit up. Xiao Linglong, thank you. Lin Xian said gently. It's my duty. I'm just not sure if that senior is willing to help. Let's go take a look. No matter what she wants, as long as I can give it to her, it doesn't matter. Following that, their figures began flashing once again. Linglong Shui had made more than 10 spatial jumps. She was at the Heavenly Dao realm, a void fox, and the continent's strongest spatial powers. Yet, she had not arrived even after more than 10 spatial jumps. It was obvious how far that place was. Thankfully, Linglong Shui had advanced to the Heavenly Dao realm. If not for that, she would have needed at least 7 days to reach that place when she was at the Great Void Realm. In fact, she had indeed spent that much time. As for the Heavenly Dao realm, she only needed a few hours. This was the difference between the Great Void Realm and the Heavenly Dao realm. It could not be any greater. Schwa, the next instant, the two landed on the ground. Linglong Shui's figure staggered as Lin Xian hurriedly supported her. Xiao Linglong, are you all right? Lin Xian was alarmed. Linglong Shui stabilized herself and shook her head. I'm fine. I just lost some of my spiritual energies. Then she consumed a pill and sat cross-legged on the spot. Give me some time. I need to recover my spiritual energies. Lin Xian looked at the woman gratefully. She had wanted to kill him in the past, but now, she had given birth to a cute little princess for him. She had been supporting him silently and caring for him. It's fine. Rest a little more. There's really no rush, said Lin Xian. Then, he released his creation law to help her recover her spiritual energies. From the looks of it, Lin Xian was at the 6-star Grand Domain realm. His creation law should be quite powerful, but his spiritual energies were almost depleted. He probably couldn't even restore 1,000th of Linglong Shue's spiritual energies. After a while, Linglong Shue opened her beautiful eyes. It's done. Don't force yourself. There's really no need to be in such a hurry. This can't be rushed. Linglong Shue said, It's fine. In the next instant, she and Lin Xian disappeared from where they stood. After repeating this a dozen times, about 3 hours later, they finally reached their destination. Linglong Shue was at the Heavenly Dao realm. The fact that she used the Void Fox's spatial jump and rested for 3 hours was enough to show how far away this place was. This senior is of the Qilin lineage. She values fate more than anything else. She and I are fated. But the last time I invited her to Zhangyan, I used up all my opportunities. Therefore, whether she can help you this time depends more on whether you are fated to meet her or not. Linglong Shue said to Lin Xian. Lin Xian nodded. I understand. Qilin lineage. When he thought of the Qilin Lin Xian, he thought of Shue Qilin. He hasn't seen her since the fall of Tianhua City. He hasn't even heard any news or traces of her. There is a mountain ahead, surrounded by green mountains and clear waters, lakes, and waterfalls. This place is really a paradise on earth. Lin Xian even feels that if he doesn't have any fetters one day, he can bring his sister here to set up a net, fish, and the like. It should be very comfortable. When he gets tired of playing, he can go to the city to play. The mountain in front of them was very tall and very big. It was now night time. When they looked up, they could see a lot of clouds and mist shrouding the mountain. There is a staircase leading to the huge mountain ahead. It is very tall. Lin Xian took a step forward, and a barrier blocked him. Linglong Shue then cupped her hands and said, Senior, Linglong Shue requests an audience. Then, the barrier disappeared. Do you want to climb up bit by bit? Lin Xian asked. Linglong Shue nodded. Let's climb up. Come to think of it, in such a place, in the face of a senior of this level, if you don't climb up, you might be disrespectful to him. Then the two walked up. Chapter 12:10. It was very, very tall. However, it wouldn't be too slow to climb up if he moved a little faster. What astonished Lin Xian the most was that as this seemingly ordinary mountain got higher and higher, he could feel an increasingly terrifying amount of heaven and earth spirit qi. Furthermore, there was something that Lin Xian didn't know about that was drilling into his brain. Lin Xian sensed it carefully and discovered that it seemed to be some kind of consciousness. Linglong Shue glanced at Lin Xian, then said, This mountain carries many special powers of the continent for thousands of years. Over the years, many experts have come here on the verge of death and sealed their wills here. You can simply understand that this mountain is surrounded by the ruins of countless experts. Therefore, you can feel the echoes of their wills. That's because they sensed your aura and hoped that you could inherit their wills. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose, but still quickened his pace. He didn't care about wills at all. He only cared about Linya. I understand. Lin Xian nodded. Soon, they arrived at the peak of the mountain. It was very strange. Normally, such a high peak would be covered in snow, but it wasn't here. The huge peak was filled with birds and fragrant flowers. If it weren't for the night, it would be even more beautiful. Senior, Linglong Shue wishes to see you. I hope you can answer my doubts. Patter, the door of a large hall opened. Let him in. An ethereal voice of a woman who didn't seem to be very old came out. Her voice was ethereal and ethereal. Ling Longshue's beautiful eyes lit up. Then she hurriedly glanced at Lin Xian. Lin Xian cupped his fists. "Thank you, senior." Then Lin Xian walked in. There was nothing special about this hall. It was just a large hall with simple tables and chairs. The rest was empty space. Lin Xian didn't see anyone. "Senior, this junior has come here because I hope you can help me with something." Lin Xian cupped his fist and said to the air. "Lin Xian, have you met Xue Qilin before?" The ethereal voice entered Lin Xian's ears. Lin Xian hurriedly said, "Yes, this junior met her a long time ago. She changed this junior's life, so this junior is very grateful to her. But I haven't been able to meet her since. Senior, do you know where Xue Qilin is?" As expected. The voice pondered for a moment. Xue Qilin's 7-colored sacred Qilin is expected to have full attributes. Lin Xian didn't understand what she meant. He had heard from Ling Longxue that she was also from the Qilin clan, and the first thing she asked when he came over was, "Nothing, I'm just asking." Lin Xian hurriedly said, "Senior, this junior is here for—" "I know. You don't have to worry about this." Lin Xian frowned. This junior doesn't understand what senior means. If it's a blessing, it's not a disaster. If it's a disaster, it can't be avoided. For her, this is a good fortune. There are relic sites of powerhouses below that will be helpful to you. Go and inherit one. With that, the voice disappeared, and then the closed temple gate opened again, indicating for Lin Xian to leave. Lin Xian scratched his head. "Thank you, senior." With that, Lin Xian went out. "How was it? What did senior say?" Ling Longxue saw Lin Xian come out and asked quickly. Lin Xian lowered his head and said while thinking, "Senior told me not to worry about it." "Not to worry about it." Ling Longxue pondered slightly. "Senior means that your sister won't be in danger." Lin Xian nodded. "That's what I meant. He also said that this may be a good fortune for my sister." "Then don't worry. Since senior said so, you don't have to worry." Lin Xian nodded. If he said he didn't have to worry, then he really didn't have to worry. After all, even Ling Longxue believed in a powerhouse of this level. What reason did Lin Xian have to not believe in him? As for worry, how should he put it? Not being able to see Linya with his own eyes, and not knowing any news about her, Lin Xian was always worried. She would have a good fortune in the evil fiend temple? Even thinking about it, it seemed a little impossible. However, that senior had already said so. "Don't worry, nothing will happen," Ling Longxue said. Lin Xian nodded. If Linya came back with a different attitude after being separated from her for a while, Lin Xian felt that it was quite good. He just needed to make sure that nothing happened to her. Obviously, Linya's good fortune was related to her strength. Lin Xian had always wanted Linya to improve her strength, but the Yaxien group appeared. Linya hoped to be able to do everything for Lin Xian, so she stayed in the Yaxien group. Now, since this senior said that nothing would happen, then perhaps it really was a good thing. Although Lin Xian was worried and didn't even know when they would be able to meet, Lin Xian felt that it shouldn't be too long. As long as nothing happened, that was the prerequisite for everything. Lin Xian took a deep breath. "Let's go back," Ling Longxue said. This senior's words could definitely be trusted. Regarding some very, very special matters, she couldn't calculate, such as the Void Fox clan and behind the Void Gate. These matters were too difficult to calculate, because these matters might, in a sense, be beyond the scope of the Way of Heaven's ability. "Senior said to let me go down to receive the inheritance of a certain expert," Lin Xian said. Ling Longxue nodded. "It's a good thing, then let's go down." Lin Xian nodded. Then the two of them walked down. Lin Xian felt that this trip was really enough. He just needed to know that Linya was fine. As for whether it was good fortune or not, perhaps it wasn't important to Lin Xian. "Xiao Linglong, what do you think my sister can get in a place like the Evil Fiend Temple?" Lin Xian asked doubtfully. Linglong Shui said, "At first, I thought that their target was actually you, and they used your sister to threaten you, but now it seems that you haven't received any news for so long. Their target is very likely your sister. Her physique is very special and very powerful. It's really a pity that she doesn't cultivate. I guess the evil fiend temple has also taken a fancy to your sister's potential. Perhaps they will nurture your sister." Lin Xian pondered for a moment. "So this is good fortune?" "No, there must be a reason that we don't know." Sigh. As they walked down, Lin Xian sighed. "What's wrong? Why are you sighing when you know that your sister is fine? Senior must know your sister's location and didn't ask you to look for her, which means that in her eyes, your sister should stay in the evil fiend temple." Linglong Shui said. Lin Xian nodded. "I know, but a place like the evil fiend temple." Lin Xian knew what kind of person Linya was. In the evil fiend temple. Chapter 12:11. The Evil Fiend Temple was a group of people who killed people to improve their cultivation. Although they did not necessarily need to do so, after all, it was more reliable to kill monsters to improve their cultivation. Moreover, there were more opportunities, but they would not let go of an opportunity to kill people. Therefore, Lin Xian was worried that Linya might be in the Evil Fiend Temple. But what happened to the spatial heavenly jewel? Why didn't my sister use it? Lin Xian sighed and said, "There's a high chance that she didn't have time to use it and was discovered. Phew, forget it, as long as Senior says that my sister is fine." On the other side, in a certain room, Linya opened her eyes and looked at everything around her in confusion. Then, she quickly sat up. "You're awake." Zhao Mengyue leaned to the side and shook the bracelet made of the spatial heavenly jewel that was originally on Linya's wrist. "Who are you?" Linya frowned and retreated a few steps. Zhao Mengyue's appearance had changed a little compared to before. One had to know that this woman was a blind date that Linya had introduced to Lin Xian. She had naturally seen the photo before, but now she couldn't recognize her. She was also invincible. "Who I am? That's not important. However, I'm still very grateful to Sister Linya," Zhao Mengyue said with a smile. "Why?" Linya asked. "Because, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have come into contact with Lin Xian. If I didn't come into contact with Lin Xian, I wouldn't have reached such a high realm. This is something that I never thought of. So, Sister Linya, you can be considered to have changed my life." Linya frowned. "Why did you bring me here?" "Where's Lin Xian?" Linya asked. "Lin Xian? He's living well. As for why I brought you here, of course, it's because I've taken a fancy to Sister Linya's potential. It's such a pity that such a powerful person is willing to be an ordinary person in the city. Therefore, I followed the orders of the heavens and brought you here. I'll let you become an extraordinary existence, so that you won't be mediocre for the rest of your life. I'll let you walk on the path of martial arts." Linya shook her head. "I don't want to. I just want to run the Art Shen group well. Send me back." Zhao Yingmeng smiled and shook her head. "Sister Linya, you can't do that. In order to bring you here, I've observed you for a long time and spent a lot of effort. In the future, the two of us will be comrades who fight side by side." As she spoke, she took out a pill and pinched Linya's chin, forcing Linya to swallow the pill. Cough, cough, cough. Linya kept coughing, but she had already swallowed the pill. "Let me tell you a piece of unfortunate news. This pill is called the heart-burying pill. The effect is very simple. As long as you don't listen to me, I can make Sister Linya die anytime and anywhere. Moreover, Lin Xian has already been tricked by me to eat the heart-burying pill. He doesn't even know it himself. With this heart-burying pill, if one party dies, the other party will also die. Therefore, Sister Linya, if you want Lin Xian to live, you have to be obedient." Linya gritted her teeth and glared at her. Zhao Yingmeng was still smart. She knew that Linya might die rather than help her. However, she always had only one weakness, and that was Lin Xian. As long as she could threaten Lin Xian's safety, she would definitely be obedient. As for whether Lin Xian had eaten the heart-burying pill or not, it was obvious that he hadn't. She was just lying to Linya. Come on, you have to be obedient. If you're obedient, we'll be good friends. If you're not obedient, the consequences will be very serious. Zhao Yingmeng finished speaking and walked out. Linya slowly got off the bed. She bit her lips and followed her. When the door opened, the scene in front of her shocked Linya. When she was in the room, she thought that this might be a residential area in Lin and City. However, when she came out, she realized this wasn't the human world at all. This was a cave that was so big that she couldn't imagine it. It might even be underground. No, she wasn't sure because the surroundings were filled with cold air. The surrounding walls and ground were all sealed by ice and snow. Where was this? Big Sister Linya, don't be surprised. This is the place where a demon god was sealed in ancient times. This demon god is called the Heavenly Ice Witch. She has an extremely terrifying ice attribute power. With your physique, you can completely absorb and fuse with her power. This way, you'll soar into the sky. Zhao Yingmeng said with a smile. Why are you doing this? Why? Because you can only help me if you become stronger. Help you with what? Help me. Take the position of the evil fiend temple master. Zhao Yingmeng's eyes flickered with boundless ambition. Help me, rule the human race. Linya. Yes, she did this for this. She accidentally found this place and found the Heavenly Ice Witch. Therefore, she started to have ideas about Linya. Because she was the most suitable person to inherit her power. Therefore, when Linya became stronger, she would be an extremely powerful helper. Her main goal now was to become stronger and then take the evil fiend temple for herself. Now, she had already accomplished a lot because the evil fiend temple in Lin and City was already hers. She had not shown up for so long because she was doing something big. She had seduced almost all the core members of the evil fiend temple in Lin and City. 95% of the evil fiend temple were men. After having sex with her, they all became Zhao Yingmeng's puppets. Even if they were in the heavenly venerable realm, even if there was one in the absolute void realm, they were all controlled by the evil technique she had obtained. At the same time, she controlled them to kill the temple master here. The evil fiend temple here was already hers. Moreover, she had killed many experts. Her realm was not slow at all. What she lacked now was top-notch elite helpers one after another. Linya was one of them. Moreover, she had also found a treasure. The 12 demon god sealing diagrams from the ancient times were found here. There was a human corpse here, and this diagram was beside the corpse. It was probably killed by her when she sealed the Heavenly Ice Witch. This diagram had a use. When the time came, she would be able to obtain the help of the ancient 12 demon gods. Although they were not at their peak, and only humans were absorbing their power and obtaining their power, it was enough. This was because the ancient 12 demon gods possessed 12 terrifying powers, and they were extremely strong. It was definitely not something that the human warriors of the so-called time and space could compare to. Zhao Yingmeng brought Linya to the front. Linya looked at a white-haired woman trapped in ice. Very beautiful, she was very beautiful. Then, let's begin. Then, the corner of Zhao Yingmeng's mouth curled up. She grabbed Linya's right hand and suddenly smashed it against the ice wall. The moment she smashed it, her hand was dripping with blood. In the next moment, Linya's arm penetrated through the ice wall and directly pierced through the woman's heart. Chapter 12:12. A terrifying power surged into Linya's body. At the same time, Zhao Mengyue quickly retreated and pulled away. Linya kept trying to pull her hand out, but she couldn't do it. Blood crawled up her arm. In the next moment, the heavenly ice which raised her head and opened her eyes. They emitted a blood-red light. When Zhao Mengyue saw this scene, she subconsciously took a few steps back. If you can't withstand it, you'll die. I hope you can. Otherwise, I won't be able to find a second person qualified to inherit the Heavenly Ice Witch's power. Zhao Mengyue's lips curled up. Ah, In the next moment, Linya let out a very mournful scream. She was in extreme pain. Should I take a picture and show Lin Xian how much pain his dear sister is in right now? Zhao Mengyue thought with a smile. However, she decided against it. If this Lin Xian saw this scene, who knew what he would do? She was actually quite afraid of this person. Lin Ya's hair danced wildly in the wind, while his black hair slowly turned snow-white from the roots. Soon, her hair turned snow-white. On the other side, Lin Xian came to the mountain peak. Linglong Shui said, "There are many wills of top experts here." They all hoped that after they died, their wills could be inherited by a destined person in the future. This place can allow their wills to exist for a long time, unlike other places where they might dissipate after 100, 1,000, or even 10,000 years. So, there are wills left behind by people from 10,000 years ago? Lin Xian asked. Linglong Shui nodded, yes. However, they need to approve of you before you can obtain them. Lin Xian nodded. When he was climbing the stairs, he already felt some power communicating with him. It was the same now. I feel many powers forming a connection with me, Lin Xian said. That means there are many seniors who want you to inherit their wills. However, you can only inherit one. This time, you have to choose yourself, Linglong Shui said. Of course I have to choose the most powerful one, Lin Xian said. Sometimes, the most powerful one isn't necessarily the right one. You have to meet the most suitable one. Linglong Shui said. Then she paused and continued, "Follow the will of your heart. Let your heart make the choice. Your heart can find the most suitable person for you." Lin Xian nodded and closed his eyes. After closing his eyes, everything around him was pitch black. However, he seemed to realize that there were many white lights around him. Lin Xian could feel the feelings brought by each light, including what kind of person he was, what his will was, and so on. This was a fitting process. On the mountain peak, a woman in a blue dress and a veil walked slowly to the edge with her hands behind her back. She was very high, but she seemed to be able to see below. As expected, 9 out of 10 out of 3,000 experts hope that he will inherit their powers, while the other 10% feel that their powers are not worthy of him. Divine body, creation precepts, all attribute. The Void Fox is his partner, and so is the Demon God. He is someone who has great luck. No wonder that girl gave the 9-colored sacred scale to him and chose him to be the savior. At least for now, it seems that he is a possibility. The woman pondered. Then, who will you choose? Lin Xian walked to a spot and stopped. He slowly opened his eyes. There was a sword, a rusty sword. As expected. The woman saw this and nodded slightly. He was the most suitable one because they were the same person. Then she turned and walked into the room. Linglong Shui also followed Lin Xian and looked at the sword. Do you choose him? Lin Xian nodded. I made the choice based on my feelings. Linglong Shui took a look. She didn't know what kind of power it was. I will protect you, Linglong Shui said. Okay. Lin Xian sat cross-legged in front of the sword and closed his eyes. Then his divine consciousness came to a beautiful place. He saw a man in a white robe dancing with a sword. His swordsmanship was elegant and smooth. This was the damn swordsmanship that Lin Xian liked. Unfortunately, his swordsmanship, or to be precise, there was no swordsmanship, so the will that this person gave him should be his swordsmanship. Whoosh! His figure walked in front of Lin Xian. Lin Xian couldn't see his face clearly. For some reason, he didn't wear a mask or anything to hide his appearance, but Lin Xian couldn't see his face clearly. However, he felt that he had a face. It was like when you dreamed of someone, you knew what they looked like, but when you woke up, you couldn't remember that face no matter how hard you tried. Come, learn from me. And then, Lin Xian started to dance with the sword. Thank you, senior. Lin Xian didn't know how much time had passed. He felt very strange in his consciousness and space. Take care of the people around you. His figure dissipated. At the same time, Lin Xian's body was surrounded by the talisman of heaven and earth, and a will. what a sharp sword will. Ling Long Shui carefully sensed the person and couldn't help but praise. After the talisman of heaven and earth entered his body, Lin Xian's body erupted with a terrifying power. Then, he suddenly opened his eyes. His realm soared directly to 10 stars of the domain realm. After rising by 4 stars, Lin Xian felt a little incredulous at the terrifying increase in power. Moreover, he felt that he had learned some swordsmanship. It was a swordsmanship that he was especially familiar with, but also unfamiliar at the same time. It felt very familiar and comfortable to dance with. At this moment, the sword in front of him blossomed with golden and white light. Then, it slowly floated up. Lin Xian's gaze fell on it. He felt the terrifying power and extremely powerful spiritual energy of heaven and earth. At the same time, he felt an inexplicable sense of familiarity. Bang! In the next instant, power erupted. The rust on the surface of the sword fell off, and then a very beautiful, very new sword floated there. Holy weapon! Ling Long Shui was slightly shocked when she sensed it. Holy weapons were extremely terrifying existences. She also had one, but she also knew how rare it was. Although Lin Xian couldn't activate the full power of this holy weapon, the sharpness of this sword definitely surpassed any divine weapon that Ling Long Shui knew of. Lin Xian stretched out his hand, and the sword flew into his hand. The moment Lin Xian grasped it, his aura surged, and the surrounding 100 meters of dust burst forth. Leaves flew into the air. What a wonderful feeling! Lin Xian's eyes lit up. Chapter 12-13. Ling Long Shui's beautiful eyes lit up as she looked at Lin Xian. His temperament had more or less changed, especially the way he held his sword. It had undergone an earth-shattering change. Lin Xian's divine sense moved, and the sword disappeared from his hand. It turned into a golden light and entered the back of his hand, forming a small pattern. "How is it?" Ling Long Shui asked. "It's great. It feels like... how should I put it? I was originally immortal, but then I obtained the power of light and became Ultraman Tiga." Ling Long Shui. She didn't understand. Hee, I feel like I've become a lot stronger. Ling Long Shui nodded. It's natural for you to become stronger. This sword is a sacred artifact, a top-tier spirit artifact. The fact that this person has a sacred artifact shows how powerful he was in the past. I just don't know who he is. Lin Xian sighed. Ling Long Shui shook her head. The experts here don't care about fame. They only hope to pass down their will one day. That's all. Lin Xian then bowed. Thank you, Senior. Putting everything else aside, at the very least, Lin Xian was given a saint-grade spirit artifact that he had never seen before. Lin Xian was given a saint-grade spirit artifact out of nowhere. Although an increase of 4 stars seemed a little small, after all, this was the strength of a Saint Realm expert. However, Lin Xian had obtained a sword technique. If he let that little girl Morong Yu fight with him again, Lin Xian could beat her to tears. That's right, Lin Xian had obtained a sword technique inheritance. This person's sword technique might have been decades or even centuries old, but he had instantly learned it. Even if Morong Yu was very powerful, she couldn't be stronger than someone who had over a century-old sword technique, right? With this sword technique, Lin Xian's battle strength had increased who knew how many times. There were probably not many people in the entire continent who could beat him in swordsmanship. Let's go back, Lin Xian said to Ling Long Shui. Regarding Lin Ya's matter, Lin Xian was relieved. Although he would be worried if he couldn't see her, since the senior said it was fine, then Lin Xian would treat it as if Lin Ya had gone on a vacation. After the two returned, they went to Ling Long Shui's house. Lin Xian picked up little Shi Shi and spat on her little face. Little Shi Shi was very obedient. How is it? Bing Lingyue quickly asked. That senior is right. This is actually a stroke of good fortune for my sister, said Lin Xian. Then it should be fine. Last time, I went with Ling Long and saw how powerful that senior is. Bing Lingyue nodded. Yes. Lin Xian let out a long sigh. Perhaps this time was really good for Lin Ye. Although she was in danger, since it was a stroke of good fortune, Lin Xian shouldn't care. Perhaps he was really too selfish before. Lin Ye had such a powerful ice attribute. She should have cultivated and become a strong person. However, she had been helping him manage the Art Xian group behind the scenes. Although this was something that Lin Ye had always been willing to do. Hey, you guys eat. I'll go back first. There are still many things to do at the Art Xian group. I'll come back to accompany you guys after I'm done. Lin Xian said as he stood up. Don't worry too much, said Ling Longshui. Lin Xian nodded. Don't worry. I'm just worried that I won't be able to see my sister. I don't know what will happen to her, but I'm actually quite happy. Then you go. Lin Xian nodded and left. Then, he went to the Art Xian group. Morong Qing was really busy today. Only when Lin Ye wasn't around did she truly understand how tiring it was. It was just right for the two of them to manage. It wasn't very tiring. She could even come to Lin Ye's office to brag and drink tea. But today, although it wasn't physical labor, she didn't rest at all. After all, the Art Xian group wasn't just limited to Lin and City. It had businesses all over China. It had even started to expand in other empires. There were also businesses from the three major forces. Moreover, the Art Xian group's businesses weren't limited to just one or two. Other companies specialized in one thing, but the Art Xian group specialized in many things. Moreover, it was across industries and varieties. This was even more difficult. Postpone all the social engagements for me. Cancel all the meetings with the other families and forces. We'll talk about it later. Morong Qing said to a beautiful assistant beside her. Okay, I'll go and inform them. Lin Xian walked in at this time. Morong Qing looked up. How is it? Lin Xian shook his head. I didn't find her, but she should be fine. Morong Qing showed a puzzled expression. What do you mean by that? You didn't find her, but she's fine? Morong Qing was puzzled. Well, I asked a senior to help me calculate. She said that for my sister, this is a good fortune. Morong Qing. What kind of expert is proficient in the art of divination? As far as she knew, no human cultivator practiced this. They didn't have the capital. The demon clan. I see. Then you let her go. Lin Xian nodded and sat down. I'm relieved, but I can't see her. What if she's been wronged or something? Lin Xian was worried about this now. It's good that she's fine. It's a good fortune. It's okay to be wronged. It can improve her more. Don't always think in this direction. Brother, what kind of improvement can be called a good fortune? Others are at most called opportunities, Morong Qing said. She was relieved. Lin Xian nodded. I know. Don't worry. What's the situation with the Art Xian group now? Morong Qing stretched her body. After your sister left, I realized how tired it was. The Art Xian group is mainly in a period of continuous growth, not a period of stability, so there are a lot of things to do. Hey, Boss Lin, aren't you giving me a raise? Morong Qing then looked at Lin Xian with a smile. Raise. You'll be tired for a few days. I'll find someone to sit in my sister's position and help you share the burden. Lin Xian said. Oh, who? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, then you go. I still have a lot of materials to review. The more this situation is, the easier it is for the company's finances to be in trouble. Well, thank you. Lin Xian then left. Basking in the sun, Lin Xian let out a long sigh of relief. This candidate had to be capable and trustworthy. There were too many capable people. Morong Qing could casually find someone to sit in Lin Ye's position, but what about trust? Was her trust useful? So Lin Xian thought of Bai Xianxian. But Bai Xianxian also had her own things to do. Lin Ye, Morong Qing was in charge of finance, and Bai Xian was in charge of martial arts and power. So she couldn't do it. There was still one more. Lin Xian then took out his phone. Chapter 12-14. Luo Chenxi did not know what Lin Xian was doing now. She was bored to death these few days. Fortunately, she would look for Zi Qiue and an Xin to play with them. However, their identities were more special, so it was difficult for them to go out and play. She had not seen that bastard Lin Xian for a while, and for some reason, she missed him. At this moment, her cell phone rang. Luo Chenxi glanced at it casually. Oh wow, this person actually took the initiative to call her. Dear boss Lin Xian, what's the matter? Something big. Where are you? Luo Chenxi frowned slightly. The same hotel as before. An hour later, Lin Xian was done with her. Luo Chenxi lay in Lin Xian's arms, panting heavily. This is the big thing you were talking about? You came in and stripped me? Lin Xian had been suppressing his anger about Lin Ya's matter. Although he knew that she would be fine, this idiot Zhao Mengyue actually took Lin Ya away just like that. Therefore, Lin Xian was actually suppressing his anger. He was worried that he had nowhere to vent it, so he vented it on Luo Chenxi. There were tears in Luo Chenxi's eyes. Bastard! Forget it that he came in and did that. Did he King treat her as a punching bag? Did he think that her body was made of iron? I'm sorry. Lin Xian said awkwardly. Luo Chenxi did not want to move at all. It's like this. I want to ask you for a favor. Get lost. You came in and did this to me. You still want me to help? Lin Xian, I'll apologize to you in the future. Lin Xian squeezed his big hands. Say it. Luo Chenxi rolled her eyes and crossed her legs on Lin Xian's body. My sister and a friend have been managing Art Xian Group. Now that something has happened to my sister, I want you to take over for the time being. What's wrong? Luo Chenxi asked. Lin Xian shook his head. It's fine. She can't handle such a big company like the Art Xian Group by herself, so... Luo Chenxi then said, Do you trust me that much? Why did he believe her? Because of the system. Lin Xian had a relationship with the girl who triggered the system's quest, so how could he not believe it? The girl who triggered the system's mission must have a good character. Look at Yi Renbing. Although they are on opposite sides, she is a good person. Of course. You're one of my people. How can I not believe you? Moreover, Luo Chenxi had her own company and it was a very big company. She was even the richest person in Lin and city in the past. Hence, she would be able to handle it with ease. Tisk. I'm giving you my salary, dear. I'm pretty carefree now. If you don't agree, do you believe that you will cry? Lin Xian then smirked and pressed her down. Luo Chenxi. I agree. I agree. She was instantly scared. She would have agreed at first. She only said that she wanted to provoke Lin Xian on purpose. However, she did not dare to be angry now. She would die if he did it again. Hee, that's a good girl. Lin Xian grinned. When the time comes, you can look for Murong Qing. I'll talk to her. Got it. Luo Chenxi rolled her eyes. Lin Xian left in the afternoon. Miao Xiaomiao, Ling Ying, and the others were also concerned about Lin Ya's situation. Lin Xian briefly explained it in the group and they were relieved. Phew, Lin Xian stretched. There should not be too many problems with Lin Ya now. If there was no mission at the Martial Arts Academy, Lin Xian did not want to go there for the time being. He wanted to relax a little. He really could not find the Evil Fiend Temple. What could he do if the three major forces could not find them? However, at least for now, everything was fine. Let's go to an Xion's place first. An Xion should be evaluated soon. Lin Xian felt the importance of strength more and more now. An Xion's mission was very important. He had to max out the proficiency of all his current attributes. His mastery of space wasn't very good. It was just that his mastery of space was full. Therefore, it was normal for the younger generation to not be a match for him. However, if he could max out the proficiency of his attributes, that would be amazing. When he arrived at Miao Xiaomiao's place, the cafe welcomed an unexpected guest. Morong Yen. At this moment, Morong Yu was sitting with an Xian and chatting. Miao Xiaomiao was playing on the computer at the next table. Wang Qianqian was playing with her phone at the front desk. Lin Xian's entrance attracted everyone's attention. Lin Xian. Morong Yen frowned when he saw Lin Xian. Of course, he knew Lin Xian. Of course, he also knew the relationship between Lin Xian and an Xian. An Xian was betrothed to him when he was a child, and she was so beautiful. He naturally cared about her. An Xian saw Lin Xian and breathed a sigh of relief. He saved her life. Young Master Morong is here too. Lin Xian smiled and sat next to an Xian. An Xian leaned to the side, leaving more space for Lin Xian. Morong Yen frowned subconsciously when he saw this. He, I'm here to chat with an Xian and have a meal. Young Master Lin is? Morong Yen smiled and said, Oh, I'm here to write a song for her. Lin Xian said, I see. But I'm really grateful to young Master Lin for writing so many high-quality songs for an Xian. I'll treat you to a meal if there's a chance. Morong Yen smiled. Lin Xian scratched his head. No, what does it have to do with young Master Morong that I'm writing songs for an Xian? Of course, Lin Xian pretended not to know about their relationship. Morong Yen was stunned. He, I'm an Xian's fiancé. Of course it has something to do with me. Morong Yen said with a smile. Oh. Then what if I'm her boyfriend? Lin Xian scratched his head and said. An Xian, Miao Xiaomiao, an Xian knew that Lin Xian wanted to help her. Of course, Lin Xian knew how annoyed an Xian was. She wasn't the one who arranged the marriage. Moreover, what era was it now? Who would take a child marriage seriously? It was just two families talking about it. This Morong Yen, on the other hand, announced to the public that an Xian was his fiancé. He would even admit that an Xian was his fiancé in the media interviews. An Xian also had a headache. She was a superstar, but the whole world knew that she had a fiancé. The key was that she had only seen this fiancé a few times. Because of her family, she was too lazy to explain. However, an Xian's lack of explanation became evidence that Morong Yen had always thought that she had acquiesced. An Xian had already told Lin Xian about this. Plus, he liked this girl. An Xian didn't like him, but because of her family, he couldn't do anything. Lin Xian had to help an Xian and himself. At least there should be a reason, right? Morong Yen furrowed his brows. Lin Xian was an Xian's boyfriend? How come he had never heard of this? Chapter 12-15. An Xian knew what Lin Xian wanted to do. She actually wanted to stop him because she didn't want Lin Xian to have any conflicts with the Morong family. The Morong family was still powerful. Although Morong Yan's family didn't have much to do with the sanctuary, it was still the Morong family. An Xian didn't expect Lin Xian to say such things to help her. But now that Lin Xian had said it, if she still said that they weren't a couple in order to protect Lin Xian, it would be a slap to Lin Xian's face, which was definitely not good. So an Xian didn't say anything, and Miao Xiaomiao naturally didn't say anything either. Young Master Lin, what do you mean? Morong Yan's eyes narrowed slightly. Nothing. Can't an Xian find a boyfriend? Lin Xian looked at Morong Yen with a smile. An is my fiancé. Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh. No, young Master Morong, what era is it now? There's still a child betrothal, and there's no paper agreement for it. It's just an Xian's father and your father talking about it when they were drunk. Can two people talk about it and you two get together? Morong Yen clenched his fists. An Xian was his, and whoever touched her would die. And then, what do you think? Morong Yen looked at an Xian. An Xian said, Morong Yen, we've only seen each other a few times since we were young, let alone like you. The so-called child betrothal is a joke, and I'll definitely choose free love. So I don't want you to say that we're a couple in front of the media again. These years have had a great impact on me." Morong Yen angrily slammed the table and stood up, pointing at an Xian. An Xian was shocked. He then put down his hand. "Okay, I got it," Morong Yen said. An Xian heaved a sigh of relief. "It's good that you understand. You're so outstanding and have such a good family background. What kind of girlfriend can't you find? I hope you can find your other half," an Xian said. This an Xian was really a very good person. She didn't get angry even after being slandered like this. It was already very good that she could say such things. "See you in the future." After saying that, Morong Yen walked away. When he reached the door, his eyes flickered with viciousness. B*****. Morong Yen clenched his fists tightly. In his eyes, an Xian was unfaithful. She had a fiancé, yet she still looked for a boyfriend. If this wasn't Biaozi, then what was? However, all of this was because he was overconfident and belittled himself. It was just a verbal betrothal, but he announced to the media that an Xian was his girlfriend. How could any girl not be angry if they knew about this? However, an Xian had to face a lot of public opinion and pressure. Because he announced that an Xian was his girlfriend, an Xian lost tens of millions of fans overnight. An Xian didn't blame him for this. She had told him about it on the phone, but Morong Yen just said that he was sorry and that he would be careful in the future. Then, he said that she was his girlfriend, and he felt that there was nothing wrong with that. What else was there to say? What's the use of those fans? She had a big family and a big business. Did she lack the money that her fans earned for her? Lin Xian also knew that this Morong Yen was very problematic. It was as if an Xian was just a tool in his eyes. A tool that was already in his hands, but he didn't respect an Xian at all. Otherwise, with his outstanding, handsome, and good family background, he might really be able to get together with an Xian. However, he didn't respect an Xian at all, so an Xian naturally didn't like him. "You were too impulsive just now." After Morong Yen left, an Xian looked at Lin Xian worriedly and said, "It's fine. How powerful is he? I'm friends with Morong Yu from the Morong family. She's the daughter of the master of the sanctuary. Do you think I'm afraid of him?" An Xian didn't know what to say. "How is it? Now, you've settled this matter, right?" Lin Xian said with a smile. "Solved my A**s." An Xian rolled her eyes. "Although my father told me that I should just ignore this arranged marriage, if he insists on causing trouble, maybe Morong Yan's father will come looking for my father. What does that have to do with you? Can you have some manners?" Miao Xiao Miao rolled her eyes and said. Lin Xian smiled and scratched his head. "But thank you very much. You have to be careful," an Xian said. "This hooligan is taking advantage of you. Today, he said you're his girlfriend. Tomorrow, he'll really take advantage of you. Sister an Xian, you have to be careful," Miao Xiao Miao said. Miao Xiao Miao's understanding of Lin Xian wasn't just a little bit. "Ahem, what nonsense are you talking about? Be careful or I'll beat you up." Lin Xian glared at Miao Xiao Miao. This little girl was getting more and more impudent. At this moment, Zhao Yunqi pushed open the door and walked in. "Lin Xian." Zhao Yunqi's eyes lit up when she saw Lin Xian, and then ran over happily. This girl was also Lin Xian's mission target. But it was probably easier since the mission reward was metal. But Lin Xian really didn't want to get girls one by one. It was too much of a bastard. Let's just slowly extend the time and leave it to fate. "What are you doing?" Lin Xian smiled and pinched her pink cheeks. Then, Miao Xiao Miao rolled her eyes. "Bastard, bastard, bastard." Zhao Yunqi's face turned red. "I went to buy fried noodles." Then, she raised her hand and put a few servings of fried noodles in a bag. "Is there a portion for me?" Lin Xian smiled and asked. "Oh, I can give you mine. Lin Xian smiled and said, No need, I've already eaten. Then, an Xian and the others took the fried noodles one by one. Wang Chanxian also walked over to eat. Lin Xian, are you here to write songs for an Xian? Zhao Yunqi asked expectantly. Yes. Lin Xian nodded. Wow. Zhao Yunqi couldn't help but exclaim. She idolized Lin Xian too much. She felt that it was a blessing to be able to see him write songs with her own eyes. An Xian, how many days until the award ceremony? Lin Xian asked. An Xian said, 1 week. The deadline is 3 days later. That means that songs released in 3 days won't be counted in the awards. 3 days, then let's record 8 songs. An Xian, other people might write a good song in a month, but this Lin Xian just calmly said that he would write 8 songs in 3 days. Wow. You guys eat first, I'll write one first. Lin Xian still remembered the bet for the Golden Melody Awards. He had to go for it at the end. Otherwise, he would lose one award and all his previous efforts would go to waste. Ah! Lin Xian, you can write one song after we eat? That's amazing. Zhao Yunqi's mouth opened slightly as she looked at Lin Xian with stars in her eyes. Don't talk about me, you and Miao Xiao Miao are the real amazing ones. I want to give up my talent in this area and exchange it with you guys. Lin Xian smiled. This was definitely true. At this time, Zi Qiue, who was in disguise, walked in. Chapter 12:16. Phew, the wind is really strong today. Zi Qiue smiled as she took off her jacket and cap. Then, she shook her wavy hair. She was really beautiful. It was already summer because Lin Xian had stayed there for half a year. It was already past August. Zi Qiue looked at Lin Xian and smiled. I heard that you were here, so I came over. Lin Xian rubbed his forehead and said, Beauty Zi, even if you're here, I can't write songs for you. It's almost time for the awards ceremony. I plan to help an Xian come up with a few more songs in the next few days to try for the awards. Zi Qiue sat down next to Miao Xiao Miao and smiled. I'm not here for you to write songs. I'm just here to have fun and watch you write songs. Watch me write songs? Don't tell me you've fallen in love with me? Lin Xian grinned. Miao Xiao Miao pouted. Stinky hooligan. Flirting with other girls every day. Ah. Why is this Lin Xian such a hooligan? I'm so angry. Zi Qiue pondered for a moment and then smiled. Forget it. I'm not an old cow eating young grass. I'm mainly here to have fun with everyone. I just finished my work and came to Lin and City a few days ago to give myself a break. Since you want to write songs, I'll learn from Senior Lin Xian. You won't be able to learn. Lin Xian shook his head and said, You won't be able to learn from a genius like me. Zi Qiue. She covered her mouth and chuckled. Then, she looked in front of Lin Xian and asked, Are you writing a song? Yes. Let me see. Zi Qiue walked over expectantly. The other girls were all sucking on the noodles and were extremely cute. This song was called Countdown. It was also a very good song. If it's a Golden Melody Award, the previous songs definitely won't be a problem. It might not even be able to win 4 or 5 Golden Melody Awards, Zi Qiue said. Lin Xian. Not enough. Zi Qiue. Still not enough? I made a bet with an Xian to help her win 10 awards at the Golden Melody Awards this time. Zi Qiue. How should she put it? It was too exaggerated. Some people only wanted 1 Golden Melody Award for their entire lives. Sometimes, 1 Golden Melody Award was enough to make a person successful. However, this Lin Xian was so confident that he could help her win 10 Golden Melody Awards. This was something that had never happened in history. It was mainly because he was too confident. How confident did this person have to be to say such words? Moreover, he had not only won a total of 10 awards, he had won 10 at the Golden Melody Awards this time. To be honest, Zi Qiue didn't believe it, but it wasn't certain. If it was someone else, it wouldn't be possible, but if it was Lin Xian, then it was very possible. You guys are crazy. Zi Qiue shook her head. It was indeed too crazy. If he really won 10 Golden Melody Awards, it would definitely cause a sensation. However, based on the quality of the previous songs, there was a possibility. By the way, have you noticed the recent rankings? Zi Qiue asked an Xian. An Xian nodded. Wu Hongfeng's team asked Senior Zhang Xiao to produce an entire album. Now, they are crazily releasing songs. They should be aiming for the Golden Melody Awards. Zhang Xiao is also very talented. I also have 2 songs that he helped to produce. However, I have also listened to the latest songs. They are not bad, but there is still a certain gap between them and yours. At least in my opinion, the gap is quite big. However, the rankings of his songs are surprisingly good. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. How is it good? An Xian then opened the rankings and showed it to Lin Xian. An Xian's songs were all at the top. The entire chart was basically dominated by an Xian and then Wu Hongfeng's songs. Although the top 3 songs were an Xian songs and one was Zi Qiue's, the 4th, 5th, and 6th places were all taken by Wu Hongfeng's new songs. Perhaps, the 3rd place would also be taken by Wu Hongfeng in the future. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. How should I put it? Wu Hongfeng's current popularity is also very high. However, in terms of the quality of the songs, an Xian has dominated the rankings for so long. With so many songs being squeezed out in just 2 days, the possibility of cheating can't be ruled out. Zi Qiue said. She was a veteran in the entertainment industry. She was very clear about these things. It would be too exaggerated if a song was directly pushed to the 1st or 2nd place, so it was pushed to the 4th, 5th, and 6th places. In this case, it would definitely be paid special attention by the Golden Melody Awards jury. Once it was paid special attention, the ranking would be higher, and the probability of winning would be much higher. It doesn't matter. An Xian shook her head. This time, it was indeed a fight between 2 gods. Moreover, there were only 2 gods, an Xian and Wu Hongfeng, at least in the eyes of others. It has quite a lot to do with it. Moreover, his songs have pushed you down from the other smaller software awards. If it's a Golden Melody Award that may be related to data, he might even win it. Lin Xian rubbed his chin and said, "It's okay. If he can win the Golden Melody Award by cheating, then I have to doubt the credibility of the Golden Melody Award jury. Let's release our songs. Here." Lin Xian then handed the first finished song to an Xian. "Thank you." An Xian took it. "What are you thanking me for?" "I wrote it for you because of our bet. I did it to win." "I'm very curious about what your bet is." Zi Qiue asked with a smile. Zhao Yunqi stuck out her pink tongue and said, "I asked many times, but he just wouldn't tell me." An Xian's little face was slightly red. "Anyway, I'll also participate in the Golden Melody Awards. Of course, I'm just going to take a look." These few days, Lin Xian really did not do anything. He did not go to the martial arts academy even once. He just walked around with an Xian, Lu Yufan, Linglong Shui, Luo Chenxi, and Bai Xianxian. Of course, he spent most of his time writing songs for an Xian and the Art Xian group. Luo Chenxi was indeed Luo Chenxi. After taking over the Art Xian group for 3 days, she was basically familiar with it. Murong Qing was also relaxed, but, wow! This Lin Xian was poisonous. How could there be so many beautiful girls around him? She still knew Luo Chenxi. She was a big star in the past. How could he poach such a person? The key point was that Lin Xian could let her sit in this position. It must mean that he trusted her a lot. Had they known each other for a long time? How could he trust her so much? The only reason she could think of was, Luo Chenxi and Lin Xian had an affair. It must be so. Bastard Lin Xian. However, they got along well with each other. They were all beauties. Moreover, they had a cooperative working relationship. Lin Xian was the key, Next was the Golden Melody Award ceremony. Chapter 12:17. Lin Xian wrote a total of 18 songs for an XIN. Naturally, the ranking was needless to say. Now in the top 10, an XIN had 5 songs, Zi Qiue had 1, and the remaining 4 songs were written by Wu Hongfeng. Lin Xian listened to Wu Hongfeng's songs and felt that they were not bad. They could be considered good songs, but it was impossible to squeeze out the other songs he wrote. If it was someone else who posted these songs, it was possible, but it was an XIN. With an XIN's traffic and popularity, such good songs were squeezed out by Wu Hongfeng's songs. Lin Xian didn't believe it. It was impossible for them not to be on the list. However, they were also smart. They did refresh the list, but they didn't dare to be too obvious. Normally, only one of his songs would be in the top 10. That song was indeed very good, but it would be ranked at the bottom. They only refreshed the list a little and didn't dare to refresh the list too high. The purpose of refreshing the list was indeed to look good before the Golden Melody Award and increase the probability of winning the award. The Golden Melody Awards had already been decided. However, only a few people knew about the winners of this award. They were all big shots in the entertainment industry. Basically, there was no possibility of them being bribed. They did not lack money or fame, so the fairness of this award was still relatively high. An XIN went to Zhangjiang City, where the award ceremony was held, a day in advance. Lin Xian took Miao Xiaomiao, Zhao Yunqi, Lu Yufan, and Yi Yi, the 4 beautiful girls, to Zhangjiang City in the Nebula car. Lin Xian, how many Golden Melody Awards do you think an XIN can win? Lu Yufan sat next to Lin Xian and asked. I think she should be able to get 7 or 8. As for whether she can get 10, I'm really not sure. Lin Xian said. Although he was very confident in these songs, there were some uncertain factors. Moreover, the last 8 songs were released too late. They should have been included in the selection, but because they were released too late, there was too little data in the market. Moreover, because every song in the front was too good, although the songs in the back were also very good, they couldn't rush into the top rankings in just a few days. Fortunately, the data didn't determine everything. Every song is super good. Zhao Yunqi loved every song from the bottom of her heart. She only had an XIN songs in her playlist and nothing else, and she never got tired of listening to them. Forget it. Let's just treat it as a tour when we reach Zhangjiang City. The Golden Hall was currently filled with people. They were all singers and actors from the entertainment industry. Half of them had definitely seen them on TV before. You would have an impression of them when you saw them. The others were some C-listers who had also been invited, including some managers and the like. As an important candidate this time, an XIN naturally sat in the first row. On her left and right were 2 very beautiful girls who seemed to have a good relationship with her. Everyone was chatting, and countless media reporters were constantly taking photos. This time, in the eyes of many people, an XIN and Wu Hongfeng were the 2 most likely candidates for the Golden Melody Award. Of course, there were other possibilities, such as songs that were not very popular but could still achieve the Golden Melody Award because of their quality. It was just that, on the surface, it was the 2 of them. Is Lin Xian here? A beautiful woman in her late 20s asked curiously beside an XIN. I don't know. I didn't see him either. Moreover, an XIN hesitated for a moment and said, even if Lin Xian is here, he doesn't like to show his face. I can't say anything. We have such a good relationship. I like him very much. Don't worry, I won't say anything. Li Ziming said. Alright, but he really isn't here yet. The door opened. Lin Xian walked in quietly with a few girls and then sat in the most inconspicuous back corner. In the eyes of others, they were unknown C-listers who did not know anyone. Therefore, to avoid awkwardness, no one would chat with them. Wow! So many celebrities, wow! Lu Yufan's big eyes were twinkling with little stars. I said, calm down. Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Okay. Lu Yufan stuck out her pink tongue. However, This hall was really beautiful and dazzling. It was indeed worthy of such an award ceremony. Sister Chiue isn't here? Zhao Yunqi glanced around. At this moment, the lights in the hall lit up and then the song started. Then, Zi Chiue walked out in a long purple dress. She was instantly greeted with applause and cheers from many celebrities. Then, she sang the mellow song, Sunny Day. Your song. Yi's beautiful eyes lit up as she looked at Lin Xian. You're quite good. Lin Xian smiled. Sunny Day was ranked high. How should he put it? This song might have been at the top for a long time. Then, a good song came and pushed it down. A few days later, it rose up again. It had always been like this. This was a song that could withstand the test of time. Of course, Lin Xian felt that there was another big reason, and that was the music video of this song. Don't be nervous. You have more than a dozen songs during this period. You will definitely win a Golden Melody Award. Maybe even 3 or 4. If it's done well, this time, it will directly push you to the peak of your career, Liang Yu said to Wu Hongfeng. They were also sitting in the first row. After all, Wu Hongfeng was the latest competitor to fight with an Xin in Immortal. Plus, he was already popular, so he attracted even more attention. I know. It's just that last week, an Xin released 8 songs. Every one of them was so good, so I might be a little worried. Wu Hongfeng looked at Zi Chiue who was singing on the stage and said, You have more than a dozen songs, and some of them are not bad. The Golden Melody Award jury should give you one of the awards. However, I'm afraid you won't be able to win the most valuable awards. But that's not necessarily true. Because you have a good chance of winning the Golden Melody Award, you will definitely win this award. An Xin is not a newcomer, so she won't be able to win it. Liang Yu said. Wu Hongfeng nodded. After the song, Zi Chue bowed and then stood on the small golden stage. Then, 2 people came on the left and right. One was a man who looked to be about 50 years old. He was one of the seniors in the music industry, Lin Feng. The other was a woman who was about 50 years old. She was also a senior. She was the previous generation's queen, Ji Xiaohong. Their appearance on the stage was immediately met with another round of applause. Zi Chiue smiled and said with the microphone, Welcome everyone to the 29th Golden Melody Award ceremony. I am Zi Chiue. Another round of applause. I am Lin Feng. I am your old friend, Ji Xiaohong. Then, the 3 of them started a conversation. Chapter 12:18. Zi Chue smiled and asked Lin Feng, Senior Lin Feng, you are also a respected senior in our music industry. At the same time, you are also one of the judges of the Golden Melody Awards. I feel that everyone is looking forward to it. Can you reveal a little information about the Golden Melody Awards? Of course, Zi Chue said it on purpose. After all, she wanted to have a conversation. Haha, that won't do. To be honest, although I am one of the judges of the Golden Melody Awards, there are hundreds of seniors and friends in the music industry. The Golden Melody Awards are partly based on our votes and rankings. It also depends on some data and public popularity. But to be honest, I don't know who will win the awards now. Lin Feng said with a smile. I see. If I can be a judge one day, I will know. Then, Zi Chue said with a smile, The following award ceremony will be broadcasted live. Let's start the live broadcast now. Then, all the audience waiting in front of their mobile phones and computer screens watched this scene excitedly. When the screen was black, the bullet screen was crazily filled with the names of an Xin, Zi Chue, Wu Hongfeng, and other stars. Of course, Lin Xian was also mentioned. Now, let's not waste any more time. Let's start the first Golden Melody Awards. The first award is the Best Group of the Year. Let me look at the big screen and see which groups have been nominated. Then, the big screen began to flash. One after another, groups appeared with the music video of the song. At this time, Zi Chue slowly opened the card in her hand. I announce that the winner of the 29th Annual Best Group Award is Super Peak Group. The first two awards had nothing to do with an Xian. Lin Xian watched from the back anxiously. How many Golden Melody Awards were there? Could she win 10? Damn. Lin Feng then said, "The next award is the Best Mandarin Album of the Year. Let's look at the big screen and see who has been nominated." Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. He had a chance to win this award. The nominees for the Best Mandarin Album of the Year are an Xian's album, Miao on Xuan, Wu Hongfeng's album, Heaven and Earth, and Zhang Yu's album, Mockery. Wow, everyone watching the live broadcast crazily filled the screen with an Xian's and Lin Xian's names. I bet an Xian will win the award. This album is so F***king sensational. The 10 songs inside were simply invincible. If this Golden Melody Award doesn't belong to an Xian, I'll never F***king believe in this Golden Melody Award ceremony again. Of course it's an Xian. It was this album that allowed me to meet Lin Xian. It's also the only album where I can sing all 10 songs. Relax, relax. Lin Xian, Lin Xian. The bullet screen of the live stream was rolling like crazy. Lin Feng opened the card and glanced at it. Then, a thought-provoking smile appeared on his face. Then, I now announce that the winner of the annual Mandarin Album Award is the album Miao on Xuan, brought by our new generation of rising stars, an Xian. Whoosh! Amidst the applause, an Xian walked up the stage happily. Thank you everyone, thank you to my fans, thank you to the judges, and thank you to my friend Lin Xian. After that, she omitted 100 or 200 words from her acceptance speech. Then, she walked down the stage with the trophy in her hand. Wu Hongfeng's face darkened. His album also had a chance to win an award. Since an Xian won it, the chances of him winning an award were even lower. An Xian turned to look at Lin Xian, then turned back. Then, the next award will be more impressive. It's the annual Best Female Singer. When Lin Xian heard this award, the corner of his mouth curled up. He must have won it. I announce that the winner of the annual Best Female Singer is an Xian. Amidst the background music of Sunny Day, an Xian walked up the stage again. Damn! What an honor! An Xian's honor. To be honest, Lin Xian really helped an Xian a lot. I wonder how many awards an Xian will win this time. I think it'll be quite a lot. I guarantee at least 4. That's quite an exaggeration. Lin Xian and an Xian are really a godly duo. Then, let me announce that the winner of the annual Best Male Singer is Wu Hongfeng straightened his tie and was about to stand up. This award should be his. The winner of this award is Lin Xian. When Ji Xiaohong said this name, she was a little stunned. Lin Xian was amazing, but he wasn't a singer. What? Lin Xian? Has he joined the entertainment industry? That's impossible. I haven't seen him. Then what's going on? Although I don't think there's anything wrong with it, it's still very strange. Lin Xian was also dumbfounded. Damn, why was there still him? Wu Hongfeng froze on the spot. At this moment, someone ran up to Ji Xiaohong and whispered a few words into her ear before leaving. Oh, it's like this. Someone just told me the reason. Although this Mr. Lin Xian didn't join the entertainment industry, he participated in the singing of an Xian's songs. At the same time, he caused quite a stir among the fans on the internet. His influence was quite big. Several hundred judges felt that even if he didn't join the entertainment industry, they still hoped that he could be included in the list of nominees. In the end, they voted for Lin Xian. Everyone was enlightened. Damn! This Lin Xian has changed the rules, hasn't he? Nonsense, he's so talented that he even caused a phenomenal sensation in the music industry. Even if those seniors in the music industry don't want to give him this face, they can't stand up to our bombardment. Ha ha ha, a certain male celebrity with the surname Wu is going to die of anger. His fans are probably in despair. Ha ha ha. Then, Wu Hongfeng's fans and those who were gloating over his misfortune started flaming him in the bullet screen. Lin Xian shouldn't be here, right? Even if he was, he probably wouldn't show himself. Then an Xian, please help me take back Lin Xian's trophy. An Xian went up to take back Lin Xian's trophy. Wu Hongfeng clenched his fists tightly. Why? A big award that he was sure to win had actually been taken away by someone who didn't even set foot in the entertainment industry. He hated it. Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh out loud. Damn. This group of people is interesting. If he joined the entertainment industry, he would probably become a senior. Next, I'll announce the next award, Best MV of the Year. Let's take a look at the nominees. When the nominees were announced, everyone was shocked. 5 nominees. 5 songs. All from one person. Annexin. This. When they saw this, everyone in front of their screens couldn't help but laugh out loud. This was too fucking domineering. It was too unreasonable. Ha ha ha, this was probably going to be recorded in history. Wow, this is the first time I've seen something like this. Since the winner has been decided, let's take a look at which song it is. The winner of Best MV of the Year is Sunny Day. Zi Chue said with a smile. There was no doubt that it was the winner of this award. Chapter 12:19. An Xian walked up the stage once again to receive her award. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, my friends. I'm very grateful. An Xian bowed slightly and walked off the stage. Zi Chue then smiled and said, An Xian is brilliant today. She has already won 3 Golden Melody Awards in such a short time. Lin Feng smiled and said, If I remember correctly, Heavenly Lady Z has won the most Golden Melody Awards in one award ceremony, right? I think you won 6 Golden Melody Awards in one ceremony. Then, he looked at the crowd and said, Then, can an Xian surpass yesterday's Heavenly Lady and become the second Heavenly Lady? Zi Chue said, I don't think there's a problem. The bullet screen was also discussing crazily. I really don't think there's a problem this time. There are about 30 Golden Melody Awards, right? Excluding those that have nothing to do with an Xian, there should be about a little more than 10. Damn. In the entire music industry, 6 out of 10 awards related to a singer? I suddenly feel that it's a bit exaggerated. An Xian has won 4 awards in the past, and that was an Xian's peak. Now, don't forget that there's Lin Xian. This Lin Xian was able to make the Golden Melody Awards judges make an exception and award him as the best male singer. Do you think it's impossible for an Xian to win 6 awards this year? Wow. In the end, it's still that Lin Xian. Lin Xian, I love you. At this moment, Wu Hongfeng was so upset that he wanted to cry. It's okay, it's okay. It's good that we can win 1 award. It's good enough that we can win 1 award. The Best Newcomer Award will definitely be yours. Liang Yu comforted Wu Hongfeng. Then, let's give out the next award, the Best Newcomer Award of the Year. The nominees for the Best Newcomer Award of the Year are Wu Hongfeng, Zhang Qi, Hai Xiaoyu, and Lin Xian. Wow, everyone else was fine, but Lin Xian was also here? Lin Feng then explained with a smile, Since Mr. Lin Xian has won the Best Male Singer Award, it means that our Golden Melody Awards jury has already seen Lin Xian as a member of the music industry. Therefore, he is qualified to participate in the Golden Melody Awards. Lin Xian sat at the back, feeling helpless. Wow. What were these people trying to do? Did they just force him into the entertainment industry? Bastard. Wow. Lin Xian, is this award yours? Lu Yufan said enviously. What's the point? Lin Xian expressed his discomfort. He didn't want the award himself. He wanted to give the award to an Xian. People are so angry that they don't get the award, but you're not happy when you get it. Miao Xiao Miao grumbled. Cough, cough. In everyone's eyes, there was probably no suspense to this award. Wu Hongfeng clenched his fists tightly. It's him. It had to be him. This was the only award he had the highest chance of winning. It had to be him. It mustn't be this Lin Xian. Then, I hereby announce that the winner of the Best Newcomer Award is Lin Xian. Whoosh. Wu Hongfeng's eyes suddenly shrank, and the veins in his eyes suddenly increased. Why? Why did it have to be Lin Xian during his peak year? Why? Why did this Lin Xian not even belong to the entertainment industry, yet he was able to win awards consecutively? Ah. But what was his status? He had no right to give his opinion to the Golden Melody Award Committee. They were made up of hundreds of veterans in the music industry. What right did Wu Hongfeng have? No one in the entire music industry had the right to have any opinions about this committee. Xian's beautiful eyes lit up slightly. Lin Xian was really amazing. He hadn't even joined the entertainment industry and he had already won 2 awards. Xian, I'll have to trouble you to bring this award to Mr. Lin Xian again. Lin Xian smiled and said to Xian. Xian then walked up the stage amidst a round of applause and took the award. Damn! This Lin Xian is invincible. Today might be his home ground. That's amazing. This is the first time I've seen someone who hasn't joined the entertainment industry, yet the music industry still forcefully gave him an award. It has to be this Lin Xian. It can't be helped. All of Lin Xian's songs have dominated the charts. This kind of phenomenal situation has only been achieved by Zi Qiue at her peak. Now that she has become a heavenly concubine, Lin Xian has caused a sensation in the music industry. The reason for this situation can only mean that most of the veterans in the music industry are especially fond of his songs. Don't forget, in this short half a year, Lin Xian has another record. I'm guessing that he'll take away this award. What record? Keep watching. You'll know when you see it. This year's Golden Melody Award ceremony inexplicably makes me feel very special, and I like it very much. Ji Xiaohong said with a smile. That's because there are many talented people pouring into the music industry every year, injecting vitality into our music industry, Lin Feng said with a smile. Then let's announce the next award. This award is also very valuable. In a sense, it represents the music industry's recognition of a certain singer's songs and talent. This award is called the Annual Number of Competing Songs Award. Ji Xiaohong paused for a moment, then said, As for this award, I might need to explain. This award is based on data, because in the music industry, there are countless programs every year, such as singing competitions, star creation programs, talent shows, and even any variety show's background music. In these programs, the participating singers will choose their songs to compete in. At the same time, the variety show often intersperses the background music. This award is based on the combination of all the songs that have appeared in all the variety shows this year. There will always be a singer whose song appears in these programs the most times. The more times it appears, the more times it is selected to be adapted by other singers. This proves that in their hearts, these songs are good songs. Okay, then I announce that the winner of the Annual Number of Competing Songs Award is Xian. Wow! Then Xian walked onto the stage amidst a round of applause. That's right, this is the award. This is the record that Lin Xian helped Xian win. The song from that album has been performed by more than 100 singers in various programs in the past 6 months. Especially that song, Sunny Day, has appeared in more than 1,000 different programs in half a year. It's too exaggerated. Wow! This Lin Xian is really amazing. This is Xian's 4th award. This year, she has reached the same level as her peak. This year, she will definitely surpass it. Xian's speech was almost finished. She could only say a few words awkwardly and walk off the stage. Next, we will announce a very valuable award, the Best Lyricist of the Year. Zi Qiue smiled and opened the card. I announce that the winner of the Best Lyricist of the Year is Lin Xian. Wow! You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories,